Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, fans and combatants. We are finally here. Mortal Kombat North American League. We're going to kick things off with the top 8 of the North American East side. My name is Darth Arm. I'm joined by Mr. Aquaman. How's it going, bud?
What is going on, Darth Arma? Excited to be joining you here for the North American East event. When we looked at the pro competition from day one, the entire globe looked at North America East and said, good luck to all of the competitors. Have fun duking it out amongst probably the strongest region on the planet, Darth Arma. And that's what we're going to get here just to start the day. You're talking about an epic indeed. You look at this bracket, top to bottom, every single one of these names should give you shivers when you're in that bracket, looking at who you have to face here. And stacked from top to bottom is what it is today. And look at that first matchup here. Going to have Semiij the Machine going up against Perfect Legend, who has made an absolutely incredible run through the winner's side of the bracket, to join us here on the winner's side of the top 8. And we'll break down who they got to play just yesterday through those grueling brackets. 700 plus people entered this bracket, and it is these 8 players who are standing alone here to fight for a chance at making it towards that finale, the pro competition finale. It's all online here, and this is how you do it right here, Arma.
Yeah, man, this is how you do it. You got to get used to it. You got to go by the rules and, play week after week. This is just week 1, ladies and gentlemen. So we got a lot of action to look forward to. And if you guys are in the North American region and you haven't participated yet, it's not too late. You can sign up for the next few all the following tournaments that come. But again, we want to give a huge shout out to PlayStation 4 because of course Mortal Kombat Pro Competition is presented by PlayStation 4 Tournament Open Series. Mortal Kombat 11 is just proud to be a part of this. PlayStation 4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one-stop destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play, tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. All you have to do is go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and you can easily see all the list of available PlayStation 4 tournaments that you can sign up for. And that's what's so fun. It's so fun to compete. It's so fun to, really put your skills to the test, whether it's, this game or any game that you love. That's kind of like the embodiment. Like everyone that you see participating in this, whether it's the casters, the players in it, like everybody who puts everything together, it all comes from love, from the glory of competing. Like that's why I love it, man. That's definitely why I love it.
Absolutely. So easy to do. Compete.playstation.com, guys. Go sign up yourselves for future weeks. This is just the first one here for North America East. Incredibly strong players here in this one. Then we're going to see West a little bit later on, and we're going to see those kind of two sides of North America on display here, And what was so surprising about the West, we'll get into a little bit later on, was just how many regions from West alone were able to sneak into that top 8 here in Northeast, kind of all over the place too. But boy, this one is kind of scary because we knew coming into this that SonicFox, Combat,
Of
Dragon,
course.
Semiij, all of these players. You have the Canadians, Biohazard, HoneyBee, Hayate, like all these guys on the East Coast, and that's how stacked this thing was. And looking at the top 60, top 64 of this bracket was like looking at the top 16 of any other tournament that could have happened on the planet, which is what's insane to think about here with, the strength of the East coming through. We already talked about Semiij, Perfect Legend. A couple other names on the winner's side there was SonicFox and Combat. Just 2 of the world finalists just kind of chilling right there. The world champion as well. Just, no big deal, Arma. That's what North America East is.
I mean, are you saying that the East side is a little bit more stacked than the West side? I don't know. It's definitely a tough thing to call,
yeah.
but you have so many strong players, and it's. I think the results are speaking for themselves. A lot of good players here. We did have HoneyBee being the only Canadian here, but again, always representing the East Coast or the East side of North America. And I feel like he usually. I love seeing that he's finally finding I guess a really really strong footing with Devora, and
Yes.
I know he's really proud of it, proud that he's playing with a character that you're not seeing as much from other people, and it just kind of adds like an extra little like an extra like bit of pride to what you're doing. Like if you can do something
Absolutely.
that nobody else is doing, and you're keeping up with the quote unquote like top tiers or the common characters you see, it really makes you feel like a sense of accomplishment that you're able to find something or see something that other people aren't seeing, and that's what I really love to see. I'm always rooting for anyone who can kind of bring in something new to the mix, a different kind of flavor
That's
into the
right.
pot, if you will.
We're
And
from
it's
that
he's
era, you
doing it,
know.
man.
Early on,
The low tier era,
we are from that era, not necessarily of low tier heroes, but character
sure.
specialists and character, more importantly, loyalists, which are so hard to come by nowadays. But Honeybee, really good to see, and Honeybee's almost the perfect example of this of late, who couldn't really find his footing with some of those higher tier characters, and I see that with a lot of players these days. I'm not going to name names, but you can just kind of see it in their play that they go in with a Jackie, they go in with a Liu Kang, a Cassie, a Johnny, and you can almost see it in the gameplay being not as energetic, not as exciting. Whereas you look at someone like Honeybee, who went back to his roots a little bit with the Devore, happens to be his
Oh
favorite
yeah,
character here in Mortal Kombat, and there's something extra there, and we know it. You've been there with Batman. I've been there with any character that's not Aquaman, apparently, but it's exactly that. You get a sense of pride while
yeah,
representing this character and trying to showcase what they're all about, and that's what we love seeing out of Honeybee's play, and Honeybee sneaking it through on the loser side to get into this top 8. We'll be facing off against Dirty Grandma, a little bit of a surprise in that bracket. Got 3 huge wins back to back to back in order to get into this top 8. I believe it was over. It was Curvo, Kevo, Biohazard, all 3 back to back to get into this top
tough
8.
names,
Huge run there. And to round off this
tough
top 8, going to
names.
be Dragon and the Mighty Unjust. If you guys watch the Open Series, Mighty Unjust, the champion, coming over here still in this top 8. Again, 700 plus people entered in this bracket. He is still among the elite. Mighty Unjust is having a wonderful year of Mortal Kombat competitively here in 2020. Let's see if he can carry it through this pro competition and try to make the finals, because I think, honestly, Arma, I think that Mighty Unjust might
Uh-huh.
be one of the favorites throughout this pro competition, even though this is, arguably one of, if not the strongest, ways to get into Final Combat, or towards the end of the pro competition, right? Is that this is one of the hardest paths, but the Mighty Unjust can definitely do it. We've seen the consistency throughout the Open Series. We've seen the consistency building up through the last year's pro competition. Will be able to finish strong and play this through. Who's one of the guys grinding online the most. We're in an online setting now. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, no, definitely see that with the Mighty Unjust, especially if you look at, he wasn't able to go to every offline pro event last year, but he was definitely the person that a lot of people were talking about. And another thing that sticks out to me from the Mighty Unjust is his character diversity. Like he is not shy from picking like any character that will kind of give him an edge in certain matchups or
Yes.
against certain types of players. And
The
it's just
complete
like,
opposite player that we were talking about earlier, Arma, in that this guy will pick whatever it takes to win by any means necessary. But there are not a lot of people that can do that.
yeah, but it goes back to what you were saying before, how like we come from the character loyalist era, and where Mighty Unjust very like the complete opposite of that, and he's very much a new school player, really really
Yes.
young, and he knows that he has to
Learn the
pick.
whole cast.
Yeah, you got to learn the whole class. I mean, that's some people. Some people's brains are wired
Yep.
that way. Some people's brains aren't. Not saying that you have to play the whole cast to learn matchups, but you have to kind of get into the head. But we'll talk about Mighty and Just a little bit later. Right
Yeah.
now, we got Semiij, the Machine, going up against Perfect Legend. Perfect Legend, who had incredible sets yesterday. Shout out to Perfect Legend. Shout out to his YouTube, where he actually has some VODs of his run yesterday. Very, very great matches against Sweetie and Neutral is Key. So if you guys didn't see those, definitely check those out.
Also got
Can
a
I
victory
ask
over
for a
Slayer
favor?
in that run as well through the winner's side. PL, he's breaking out
you'd
the
say some shit
Sub-Zero
like
here.
that.
We were kind of curious what he's going to go with here early on. And from Semiij, it's going to be that Cassie Cage that has been, since the beginning of MK11, that very first pro competition event, first couple, I think it was after CEO, where he finally gave up, oh my goodness, the max range there. He should have been a Harley player
Oh,
in
yeah.
Justice anyways. But I digress.
Tip.
Making the
Just the
switch to
tip.
Cassie.
Just the tip.
Yeah, And it is crazy how comfortable he looks with a character like Cassie that has all the tools. We talked about it so much throughout the year that this is a character that fits how Semiij plays, and boy, oh boy, is it effective when you see it on display like that in round number 1.
Yeah, really, really solid mids here from Cassie Cage is what we're going to be seeing here. PL fighting back with a full string there, and that amplified ice ball absorbing that projectile completely. Of course, PL not rocking the cold shoulder thanks to the new custom abilities that you can kind of build with these variations, or these variations with these abilities. Back and off, flawless blocking to minimize as much chip damage as possible. Very tricky, but a great payoff. Oh, Semiij punishing that down 1. Sub-Zero is very fast, but you gotta watch out. You can't just throw it out whenever you feel like it. Beautiful hit confirmed from Perfect Legend. Gonna be going, trying to fulfill that crushing blow requirement. I believe that was the second one. I don't know if Semiij is going to give him a chance to build up the third, leaving him in a standing position. Goes for the mid. PL doesn't bite, but afterwards looking for some kind of throw tech. Lots of jumping here from.
Oh my goodness, he just did it!
He just did it. He just did it. No way.
Semiij never just does it, and he did it. Taking game number 1, I want to go ahead and say that was absolute robbery to start us off here. That was very uncharacteristic of Semiij, but maybe, in Semiij's mind, he was thinking that this is going to whiff. I'm going to buffer it in anyway, and if he presses, it's going to hit. I didn't see the exact spacing on it, but maybe he did space out that second hit to where it could have whiffed. And PL pressing something may have been his downfall right there. Not 100% sure. Didn't catch that exactly frame for frame, but that could have been what. But if that's what Semiij intended, calm down, dude. You're just calm down, man.
Yeah, you can't tell Semiij to calm down. I mean, look, it was a single hit right into the fatal blow. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that fatal blow, even though it has a very big tell with the flash, the specific animation, it does hit as an overhead. So sometimes it does catch people by surprise where they're not really, anticipating it, or they think that, they're not going to do it. Yeah, it happens. It happens. You just you want to stand up and you just don't. PL jumping back immediately. I don't know if that's little shades of the Kung Lao that he plays. I know Kung Lao players love to jump back at the start of the round because they love to threaten with dive kick, but Sub-Zero doesn't really have anything like that. He does have the axe. Oh, hold on a second. Big tackle from Cassie Cage.
The tools that, Perfect Legend brought to the table, incredibly strong. That Sub-Zero is being looked at and very highly regarded right now. Having the hit confirm and safety, both off of the forward too. We haven't seen it early on. Semiij has just been able to apply pressure, and he's opened up. Oh my goodness, that's just another crushing blow. That's just some bacon bits on top of the damaged salad that Semiij happened to be round 1 there. But Semiij has been in control, I feel like. That first round, there was a really big feeling out period, and then once Semiij got on him, it's been nothing but Semiij pressure so far early on. Perfect Legend hasn't established much of the mixed game, and that might get it going there with that forward 2, but can it lead to some damage? Raw slide right there, wants to put that crushing blow, and he just wants threats to slow down Semiij right now.
Yeah, trying to slow him down, trying to kind of dictate the pace, usually what Sub-Zero is looking to do. But right now, Semiij is kind of not overcommitting to any gunshots, because that right there, that amplified ice ball is going to hit anything he throws. That is a very scary slide to deal with. It does hit his low. It is very, very quick. And, if you're not ready to punish it, sometimes it will just slip you by. That's going to be a big punish, definitely in range. Semiij hit confirming to a big combo, big launcher, restand, doesn't go for a throw, instead goes for button, and PL not blocking. Ooh, he didn't commit to the whole string, but it didn't matter. It was stagger after stagger after stagger. Semiij didn't want to let off, even if PL blocked it, which is what he was expecting him to do. Even if he blocked it, he was going to try to trick him, with a little bit of stagger, not finish the whole string out, but just continue another one, and hopefully one of those 2 times he was going to bite. Semiij's looking like a machine.
Pretty scary right there. Exactly, looking like a machine.
So scary.
Every single stagger worked out too, if you noticed. Every single stagger into the 1-1 looked like it actually got PL to swing right there. And on a multitude of situations throughout that second game, it looked like Perfect Legend is a little bit of deer in headlights on the defensive there by Semiij. He was looking good out there in the neutral, trying to space out those back ones really well. Max range mixes with the forward 2. He was playing it nice and slow, but I feel like that played into Semiij's hands, right? And I think that we talked about that throughout multiple games, where you're kind of playing into Semiij's rhythm and rhyme, and now he's going to go to Kung Lao here, and that's what I expect here to happen for Perfect Legend, is to turn up the heat, turn up the aggression, right? And disrupt the game plan of Semiij. Put up those hats, let them do the work, baby. There you go. Yeet!
Yeah, I mean, we saw 2 tries with Sub-Zero. It definitely wasn't working. Semiij understands what Sub-Zero is, and you can even see it in the beginning of that last game. Semiij coming off every resource just to make sure he's not playing any games, not going to get hit with forward 2, fatal blow, nothing. But right now, PL feeling like he's at home, but he dropped the combo here.
Oh, that would have been massive. Would have put Semiij in the corner as well with the false punch with the punish on the hat right there. Wait a second.
Disgusting. PL again looking to press maybe some buttons. Maybe he thought a throw tech attempt was the way to go here. Forward 4 looking for any kind of mid. Semiij staying patient, blocking, holding onto it. Here comes the buzzsaw again. This time Semiij getting hit, but no conversion. I guess he just wasn't close enough, not fast enough there. Not sure why Semiij got hit there in that specific scenario, but now he can't even go, fatal blow armor through it because he will just die. Tries to go for the shoulders. PL ready with those hits from Kung Lao. I mean, if Kung Lao's got strong anything, it's definitely strong mids.
Absolutely, and how much has that hat changed? The pace of this match, Semiij having to sit there and actually hold something has changed things entirely.
Yeah. I mean, you have this added, we have this added projectile, and it's something that you gotta. It flips his matchup completely around on its side, but that's what really lets people express themselves. And he's going for the shots over the other side, trying to build some space between himself and Kung Lao. Shooting low and just keeping nice and steady, not taking any big risks. Let's see if PL can go for some kind of teleport here. Beautiful anti-air from Semiij. Good conversion, not too much damage, but enough to make a statement.
Yeah, beautiful there, and wow, PL really trying to establish that down 3 cancel pressure right there, getting away with a few. That's what it's all about right there. It's all mind games, it's all quick mix-ups, even off of pokes on block, guys. Oh, this is going to be a tricky situation, and that's going to be it. PL's on the board. Kung Lao with the fatal blow too.
Can I just add, a little unnecessary, but yeah, no, I mean, definitely the tide's shifting over to PL. The momentum is on his side. This is how he's got to do it. He's got to make, you don't play nice. You go for the fatal blow, even if you don't need it. Again, just make them watch the animation, make them live through it, make them recognize the name Perfect Legend. All right, so Perfect Legend, of course, as normal, because he did win the last game during this set, he is locked onto Kung Lao, locked onto this variation, locked onto these abilities. Semiij is free to move over to other characters, but he stated earlier to us that he, nowadays pretty much sticking with Cassie. I know he wanted us to tell the stream that Melina needs buffs. I don't agree with him, but maybe that's why we're not going to see Melina. Instead, Semiij sticking it out here with Cassie Cage. Did you see the loadout? I know we got to pay attention for these now.
I would say that I would have words with Semiij after this, but those just don't exist. They just don't exist. He's a machine. What do you want me to do?
He just now does not compute. Your upplaying does not compute. Does not compute.
Round 1, fight.
Has such a
back here.
And
I feel like
variations too.
Yeah, definitely a good blend. But right there, Perfect Legend jumping back, and he reacted to the fact that Semiij pressed the button. However, Semiij recovered just in time to block, just in time to punish. Tries to go for a throw. Maybe he thought PL was going to block after jumping. Oh my god. I love it. I love it.
That stand 3, I don't know what button he did right there, but that anti-air just changed everything, I feel like.
Yeah, it kind of made him think twice about going that route, and that's what you want to establish as a fighting player. You want to condition somebody. So let's see what happens this time around. Left in a standing position again. The second hit of that string connecting. I mean, call it what you will.
It's touched him one time in the corner.
He actually dropped. So it looks like he dropped that combo, anticipating a breakaway from Perfect Legend, but Perfect Legend actually held his composure and just said, "No, I'm not budging. I'm not going anywhere."
In reversal kneecap too. Getting the punish, Semiij is gonna take this 3-1. But what a sequence right there! That's winners finals for Semiij right there, and everyone should be frightened. That was some scary, scary stuff. Talk about control. Talk about just taking the momentum away from someone right there. Semiij put him in the corner, said, "Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Let me delete this health bar and move on to winners finals." That's what Semiij just did right there. That was absolutely disgusting from start to end.
Yeah, I felt like yeah, no, in that anti-air conversion, like I felt like that might have been like the
Yeah.
final like nail in the coffin. Like that was tough, a tough thing to come back from. I mean, you lost so much damage, you lost positioning. Not that Kung Lao is helpless, especially not a Kung Lao with a teleport, or a little bit more mobile teleport. It's just it's tough when somebody has you locked down in the corner. You know, you're limited on how you can move, and you know your escape from the corner. Even if you have an escape, it's a little bit more predictable, especially against a player like Semiij. I mean, you jump in on Semiij, he's going to probably anti you every time. You go for anything unsafe, he's going to react, whether it's offline or online. As we remember, Semiij has some pretty deep roots that all
Intentional or
started
not.
off online.
That one anti crossover may have been an input like flawless block up 3 and he got like a stand 3 out. You know, you honestly never know. I'm not going to sit here and doubt the machine as he is written by the source itself to play this game at the highest possible level. But no, you're right. It was all about the control that he really established early on in that final game. You know, took the momentum away from Perfect Legend by getting the first hit. I think that's all Semiij needed, because Perfect Legend had such control when he had a health lead with that hat. Didn't have to go in and just put up the hat and kind of play around it. And the moment that Semiij got the health lead, started running away with it in that second round, Perfect Legend tried to reestablish it, got some aggression going, got the hat out, got the teleport pressure going, but then tried that overwhelming Kung Lao pressure of, jump kick, empty jump, down three, down three, down three. You saw the multiple down threes? That's Galaxy Brain right there. If you have a poke into a mix-up, which not a lot of characters can do, but when you have that and you can get away with that, it's a really good feeling. And that's all Perfect Legend, just kind of playing with the conditioning of down three and the threat of down three into something else. That's what that is right there. But still, Semiij was able to weather the storm. That anti-crossover, I think, stopped that momentum, and then he picked right up where he left off with the health lead in the corner. Beautiful stuff by Semiij, taking on the winner's side.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, to me, just kind of wanted to keep it nice and simple. But again, huge shout outs to all these different events. Earn points by placing each event 8 events per region. So no matter where you guys are in this region and any of these regions, be sure to be on the lookout. Be sure to compete. Be sure to be a part of this, because it is just so amazing, so fun, and a great experience. Get out there, if it's your first time competing, if you're a veteran, if you're an intermediate player, there's something for everybody. And again, just just to kind of elaborate on how this season is going to be, how everything's going. Top 8 advance to the regional finals from intercontinental combat, which is Europe East, Europe West, Middle East, Oceania. And again, this is kind of like the breakdown of what happens and who moves on to regional finals. So if you guys are a little, confused, I know it's a lot of things going on, but all the information is, out there. It's accessible. You guys can get it. It looks like we're ready to jump into our next match. We have Kombat going up against. You don't? You do.
I mean, I have to
about it
because it's my job. But
I think that's why we're here. We're supposed to talk about this. So these guys have a lot of history.
Can I say crap? Holy crap! What a match we've got here. Kombat versus Sonic. Arma, talk about it.
If it's crap with a K, you can definitely say crap. These guys have a lot of history together. I'll take it. Dating all the way back from, I'd say definitely Injustice 2, where Kombat really made a name for himself. But definitely during Mortal Kombat 11, both from New York, or both residing in New York City. Kombat from Brooklyn, SonicFox, also newer to the New York City, or at least in the last few years. And SonicFox going with the Joker. This is the character that won them Final Combat, just a few months ago, 9 months ago,
a few months ago
in Chicago. A few months ago. Look, man.
Here in 2020, I'm not even going to be mad about that, because it really does feel like a couple months ago.
It does. I have not left the house that many times since then. But yes, Final Combat. This is the Final Combat champion, SonicFox, and they're rocking Joker here now with a little bit more, ability to express themselves. Hold on a second, finding the stray hit from that string. Not able to convert after that down 2. I know you can get a little bit more. Possibly they were looking for some kind of breakaway there.
Oh my goodness!
That's really all that. Yeah.
Sonic had just built the bar like on the last hit of those boxing gloves. That actually could have been risky if timed down to a couple of frames difference where it would not have been able to launch and Kombat would have been alive. That came down to the wire in round number 1. I also want to bring up the fact that this is a run back from the pro competition last year. Online NA East, baby. These two played, and it was Sonic's first, lost. Kind of, I think it was Semiij early. Kombat was able to take it with pre-patch Johnny at the time as well, and that's where the tone between these two was set early on. That was last year. Online NA East, same position. Let's see if Kombat can do it again, or Fox is gonna still be coming in as your champion.
And again, the main difference that you see here, the abilities all changed, variations kind of forming into whole new, strategies, whole new ways to approach things. Kombat looking like he's in perfect control here, chipping out SonicFox little by little here. And kind of a different pace from that first round. That first round kind of came down to the wire, a few risky maneuvers here, but this time Kombat in full control. However, both players still have access to their dash cancel fatal blows, so that is scary stuff to deal with. Let's see what happens when they dip down below 30%. SonicFox with an incredible conversion there, the down 2 at the end, possibly to sniff out a breakaway, but we'll never know. What a neutral jump. What a neutral jump just coming in. Limbs spread out, the full conversion. Oh, this is not looking good for Kombat at all. Hold on, he still got some. Never mind. He's got nothing. He's got nothing.
Come in swinging. Look at the damage that this character is dishing out. And again, kind of a beautiful blend of the competitive variations that we saw in the previous pro competition. From the Joker, it's just a mix. It's just a mixture, and it's these players able to, you talked about it, express themselves a little bit differently with these characters. SonicFox bringing a lot of the tools that they liked that one Final Combat, but going, hey, wanna know what would be great on top of this? An effing launcher.
But see, like that the launcher though, like this ability specifically, a lot of people see it as it's a great way to extend combos, great way to get damage, but you're also the launcher actually replaces the Bird Boy beatdown, which is the overhead, and that overhead, once you eliminate that, Joker has a little bit less of mix-up potential. Straight, linear mix-up potential between, going with the low ending string or going with the overhead. But I think SonicFox is okay with that. SonicFox knowing that they can just out-neutral somebody, especially with the great range buttons of Joker, and cash in big time. Hit confirm, no problem. Side switch, no problem. Big damage in the corner, no problem. Hold on a second. Kombat looking to steamroll. What a duck, what a duck, what a duck, what a duck!
Wake up, micro duck. Okay, Sonic, calm down. That's Kombat. I'm trying to keep Sonic here in the corner, but the wake up jump, this is that big damage. Even on a breakaway, gonna get a huge cash out with a down 2. That's what I want to talk about. Was the simple fact that this character is doing so much damage, even if you break away, that I think that Sonic might have done the math, and it's just like, if I hit with 3 of these, it's still gonna equate to possibly more than I'm gonna build with the crowbar and end with anyway. So it may just be a win-win situation as far as damage is concerned, having the launcher instead, and getting people off the defensive bar. It could be a mix of all of that. It could be none of that. This is Sonic.
No, that's actually a really good point about the defensive bar. That's really the only way to bait someone into going for the breakaway is you have to launch. You can only break away if you're in the air, and that's, unless Joker has his boxing glove, there's not too many ways to do it outside of using some finite resources.
And maybe Sonic likes that, aspect of things where, I'm going to try to get you to break away. It's almost like the Cortocon syndrome, I hate to say that, where you do so much damage that you don't want to get hit. And if you do break away, and you get launched again, it's going to hurt for an awful lot. I think that Sonic likes having that big threat, because that threat can make a lot of people fearful.
Yeah, and then once somebody gets fearful, they play a certain way, and then they can be conditioned a little bit more, they can be predicted a little bit more, and that's really what one-on-one fighting games, or just one-on-one games in general, are all about. Trying to predict your opponent. What are they going to do? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Forward throw here no, he's actually going for the throw mix, because he thought he was going to tech towards the corner. So Kombat said, I'll give him position. Oh no, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. No. Oh, the unnecessary fatal blow. You gotta love it. Got to love it there. Now, I don't know which way SonicFox was throwing in that scenario, because a back throw would not have killed Kombat. Yeah, I mean, that's what the mix-up is. You have to tech back throws and forward throws very specifically in this game. It's not a universal throw tech like it is in Injustice, but you have to know, which way they're going to throw you. And not only that, but there was also the threat of crushing blow, I believe, still on the Joker's side, where the back throw wasn't going to kill Johnny Cage, but if he went for a forward throw, he would have been able to cash in big, 30%, and taken that round. So, what was going through the mind of these players? Were they thinking about that crushing blow, or were they thinking that my opponent is thinking about that crushing blow, so I throw the other way? Like, no way to know which way was actually being thought of. But when he
they play each other so much right and at such a high level that there could have been, even though we didn't get to see exactly, there could have been that mind game where Sonic did do back throw and Kombat teched it. And if we were at that galactic level of thinking, we need some different commentators because I can't understand it.
It's too much, man. It's too much to just take into account here. Kombat with a little bit of staggers here, and I guess he gets caught blocking. SonicFox goes immediately with a reversal throw. Not sure if that's going to be a favorable trade. I mean, both players had to come off that offensive bar, but I feel like Joker had a lot more hit advantage just because it launches Johnny Cage up into the air. So Joker has a little bit more, wiggle room, whether he wants to back off or go in for a little bit more pressure. Oh, tries to go for the throw, but just a little too, I believe he was a little too far away. It looked like his fingertips just barely grabbing on. Good flawless block here from Johnny Cage. Kombat, very specific timing, making sure you minimize that chip as much as possible.
All these highs whipping it right here, trying to get some pressure going, but met by the down one. Hero Kombat, beautiful conversion.
See that?
Get out of my airspace, and here we go, going to the corner. Can Kombat close out the round? Instead, resets neutral there. Didn't want to get too close to a Joker that had fatal blow. If you guys are wondering why Kombat backed up, is because that was a scary Joker getting up from the ground right there with a fatal blow locked and loaded, 17 cancels from KB, ready to delete that health bar. That was actually kind of smart, first looking at things, and these guys are making such huge and quick decisions on each other's approaches. How many microducks are we seeing pay off against pressure? How many interruptions are we seeing pay off reading the forward approaches? It's beautiful to watch. Great high-level Mortal Kombat. Another whip punish.
Yeah, but because he had no resources, not really able to get too much from it, and that's why he just kind of went with the with that specific ender here. SonicFox hitting that down 4 from Joker. Not too much damage in that department, but you are able to kind of play a little bit of a mind game there, canceling into other things. Looks like Sonic thought a throw might have been coming their way, but this time, here comes the throw. Kombat in control here, backing off, going in, just trying to bait SonicFox into doing anything, pressing a button. The down 4, super hit advantage. Kombat recognizing that and going for a throw. Going for a throw again. How many times is SonicFox going to get thrown in this round? Kombat taking the lead here. Game number 3 is his, 2-1. Now, SonicFox.
Wait a second.
Pick another character. SonicFox free to pick another character. Tell me.
This Johnny has been so strong. Kombat playing out of his mind. Again, you always have to be innovative in how you try to open up your opponent, and especially someone that you've played a lot, that is already hard to do that against. And Kombat was able to establish that kind of back 3 threat and that forward 4 threat, or sorry, forward 3 threat, so much at those max distances of them. You saw Kombat at that same exact spot where you dash up into that range and you kind of slide in with a back 3 that's very hard to stop. It's very hard to stop that thing. If you put out a button, chances are it's going to get scooped. But Sonic in that range, I think, was respectful of that, and that opened up that kind of quick dash grab that worked back to back. Kombat closing things out again off of one little change up in the pressure in a moment where he needed it most. He's up 2-1.
That specific anti-Johnny tech there. A lot of Johnny Cage players love, utilizing that move just for the safety there. But SonicFox taking it on an extra level there and being able to just go for a normal. It's a pretty nice conversion here. Again, depends what Johnny Cage cancels from, or if he does it raw.
Yeah.
You have so many options there. You gotta Yeah, very, very specific thing. Trying to go for the armor breaker there, but SonicFox not coming off that resource. Oh, wake up 3, fully invulnerable and very, very plus on hit. Oh, not able to get there in time, and SonicFox knowing that. Wait a minute! These guys are throwing shade! Gonna ground the Joker, gonna make sure. Oh, hold on.
No.
You're not playing with your food. You're not playing with your food. You don't want to do. You don't want to let SonicFox go.
Good to be
Oh man, that was so scary. That was so scary.
Round
If Sonic would have microdog, I would have lost it right there. What? Just do it.
Oh, yeah.
Just go in.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Straight jack in the box. Oh, wanted a neutral jump, possibly to whip out a potential throw. Maybe he was going for like kind of a shimmy on their end to kind of force Combat to think a throw was coming, or that this was a good opportunity to go for a throw. Up 3 does get blocked, but I believe it is one of the safer ones in this game. Blocks the low end because there isn't that mix-up. Because of that boxing glove, that Bird Boy beatdown that can be canceled into an overhead, no longer on the table, no longer an option. Combat backing off, even though he doesn't have a life lead, I feel like he's more confident in specific trades, but SonicFox not giving him an opportunity to go for it. Not giving him an opportunity to hold on, there it is.
Joker, double fatal blow cancel on deck. We already see the one coming out of Combat, gets the throw to establish a slight health lead here. Just has to stay with the Joker. Was it coming down from the sky? It's gonna get clipped. Isn't able to interrupt the forward 2. Gets hit by the one after the overhead coming in from downtown, and Sonic stays alive off of something as minute as that. That's how great Providence played. Can he close it out? Are we going to get the extension? Will we get a Game 5 here to start us off?
Yeah, and that specific situation was such a heartbreaker because I feel like if Combat pressed a little bit later, that down one might have been able to connect, but it whiffed perfectly right around that mid. SonicFox cashing in big here, gotta use that. No, drops the ender. Big neutral jump kick anyway.
Breakaway was coming, but we saw Sonic dealing with that with kind of multiple down 2s early, but I think on a read is looking for a little less, advantage after the down 2.
Yeah.
Still has great position in the corner.
Escape failed. He actually teched the wrong way, so thinking throw mix is coming when Combat just said normal mix is coming, normal throw is coming, putting you in the corner. That's going to be a punish and an armor breaker. Combat taking this over SonicFox 3-1. What incredible play here from Combat. Incredible adaptation. And just like, again, the way, what really made it for Combat was the throws, the decisions of when to throw and how to not get discouraged when those throws didn't work out. And, especially towards the end, knowing, how to keep mixing it up. You don't want to be predictable. Sometimes you want to go back to square one. Yomi levels only run so many levels deep. And, he threw him into the corner, which is, quote unquote, the obvious way that someone's going to throw you. And at high level, you really don't see that a lot. You see a lot of people going for throw mix. Now, Johnny Cage isn't a character that has a crushing blow after failed escape, but you definitely see that a lot with characters that can benefit from a failed escape. But either way, Combat just said, I'm going to roll it back, a few steps behind. SonicFox is not going to keep up, and it was the right call. Threw them into the corner, and just in full control, man. Full control.
So many things that Combat did well throughout that set. You talk about all of the micro duck reads. There were so many of them I can't even count.
Oh, yeah.
The flawless block. So every jump in was a mix up between them. The anti-air's on point, and even the conversion into the KB glasses, just absolute perfection there by Combat to maximize every single situation that was given to him. And that's what's needed against someone like Sonic is that you cannot give them any gifts, and you just have to receive every, just hope that you get all of them, and every opportunity that you get, you have to maximize in order to, close that coffin in on Fox that he was able to do here on the winner's side. And Combat looking incredibly strong. Combat Semiij making it through to the winner's finals. We'll see who Sonic runs into down there on the loser side of the bracket, but Combat looking just as strong as he ever has here, not only just online, but in general, and again, this, going into that, if you were to ask me who the favorite might be, I would say that that's a complete toss-up. Given the history, given the circumstances, I know both of them, took a little bit of a break. They're both back now, of course, with the pro competition being announced, but it looks like they haven't lost a single beat Everything was there. When you look at the level that they're playing at, the reads on every single high that every single of those characters possess. Every single high they have it on the back of their mind, looking for a micro duck read if they feel like it's warranted. Spacing too, the max distances of those normals, and even challenging them at certain situations.
Yeah.
It both helped and hurt combat in a lot of situations where he was able to stop for SonicFox from doing a dash up cancel, and at the same exact time also got him burned with that 4-2-1.
Oh yeah, no, definitely did. And guys, I just want to give a big shout outs, a big thank you to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Please visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, which are available now. So huge shout outs. All right, guys, we're getting right into it here. We got Dirty Grandma going up against HoneyBee. Now, we talked a lot about HoneyBee at the beginning of today's broadcast, and I feel like the main thing that I didn't get to say is how HoneyBee is now able to express himself, express the play style that he wants to succeed with Devora. And now that custom variations are a thing, different things can be equipped. Yes, big smoke bomb here coming out. Full teleport. Anywhere you are, it's going to be into a big combo. And that bug just slightly out of range there. Dirty Grandma getting the back throw. Joker backing off here. Oh, down 2-4 here, trouble.
That's going to do it. Oh
Fair.
my goodness.
That's not fair.
Only 50% though, only 15%. Meanwhile, Joker's about to puke some damage. Is the breakaway coming? Oh my goodness, not yet. 359. That was just a quick neutral kick's gonna save HoneyBee from a potential huge comeback there from Dirty Grandma. Trying to do him dirty in the corner.
Holding up on the wake up. I mean, you gotta love it. Full commitment here. Now you gotta amplify those little pokey pokes. I don't know what the name of that move is, but pokey pokes to keep it safe. Joker swinging back here. Oh, it's going to be a breakaway from HoneyBee. Loss of resources for a very long time. Not sure if HoneyBee thought a throw was coming from Dirty Grandma, but a big dirty combo is coming here. Ending it there with the rising gesture. Yeah, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Getting the regular back throw here. HoneyBee looking a lot better. Not sure what that short hop was about. Didn't see a short hop attack coming out, but a lot of players hesitant to do that as it is very unsafe block. That was a great conversion from downtown. Able to just go with wake up. Wake ups aren't a thing in this game anymore. Not in the way that they used to be, but just wake up smoke bomb for the conversion. But it doesn't matter. Dirty Grandma.
Fast right now, both of them always thinking ahead, and that's something that HoneyBee loves with this variation and that change up to customs, is that he now has the launchers that he had before with Arachnophobia here, and then the setup potential of the bugs. This is just a match made in heaven for someone like HoneyBee, who always wants it to be his turn. If you notice that, always loves being in control, being on the offense, and that's what these bugs are all about. That add on to the Arachnophobia game plan that he had already established at an incredible level before.
Yeah, love to call them Oki bugs. They're really good on Oki. Just pop them down, and then there's really not too much that someone can do. I don't think HoneyBee had the bar to amplify, which is the only reason that it can convert into a really big combo. However, HoneyBee still has a good lead, even after this back throw. Doesn't have great positioning here, but still a really good lead. A regular short hop and just goes right into that big boot to the face. That could have been the end. That could have been the end for Dirty Grandma, but HoneyBee didn't go into a regular combo, but instead going to be able to chip out piece after piece, pick after pick. Here comes the stabby, and HoneyBee looking great, taking game number 1 over Dirty Grandma.
Those bugs causing a problem already here early on for Dirty Grandma, who had a huge run in the losers bracket. Talking about Curvo, Kevo, Bio back to back. HoneyBee went into the losers bracket relatively early, Arma, against Ludi, and got the run back really late in that run, but had to go through Burrito, Coach, Neutralist, Key, Fueled Punks, a lot of, had to make a really long run to get here, and was if you guys follow HoneyBee, was talking about how he was feeling really good by the end of that run, going down, and there's no better feeling than getting some revenge in that lower bracket, right? When you go down there and you beat the guy that sent you there. So to coming in this top 8 for HoneyBee has to be feeling really good because HoneyBee hasn't lost to anyone else besides someone that he's already beaten. And so that's kind of a nice mental refresh before this top 8 for HoneyBee. And what a game number 1. And those bugs, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Talk about stealing turns, Arma. How many have we seen already?
So good. So good at stealing turns. And again, it just kind of makes you not want to... It puts you in a position where if you press, if you move, if you don't block, you know, it's not going to end well for you. A lot of ways for Devora to convert into damage as soon as she sees those bugs come out. But, you know, really, it's only on the amplified bugs. The non-amplified ground bug doesn't go that far. Big punish. Very, very unsafe stuff. It's an auto-tracking move that leads into a combo, but it is very unsafe on block. Good conversion here from Dirty Grandma. Has the corner positioning here. This is where Joker really, really hurts. 34%, nearly 35%, and able to get a crazy little trade there at the end with that rising gesture.
That thing also just taking turns, you see there, and adding so much safety to the offensive Joker. What a jump out by HoneyBee. Wake up jumps that saved HoneyBee. Wake up jump out of the corner here has saved them. Wait a second. We're onto something here, and those bugs. They're becoming okay. You generate a little bit of pressure. You saw after that string, all HoneyBee was looking for was a 2-hit, and then the bug to try to pick up afterwards.
Oh, and that one hurt there. It looked like HoneyBee went for a back roll, and they decided to press a button on Wake Up despite, you know, not really getting out of, you know, out of dodge so quickly, so freely there. Jump in from Devora, and now those jumping attacks extend so far away. I think this might be curtains here for HoneyBee. Does have the, oh, never mind. Yeah, so that was a huge, huge tell. The fact that HoneyBee didn't come off of that breakaway led Dirty Grandma to believe, okay, if he's not coming off this breakaway, that means he wants to use it. It's either going to be a roll or Wake Up 2 or 3.
That's right.
And, you know, just like that, HoneyBee went right for the up 3, tried to get the momentum on his side, possibly was thinking, let me hit the up 3, let me go for a back throw, and I can lock down, I can walk back. But again, you got to always be in the mindset of your opponent. Why are they not breaking away? Are they scared of an armor breaker? Are they scared of, you know, are they planning on using the resources or something else? And that was just perfectly telegraphed there by Dirty Grandma.
Yeah, Dirty Grandma, massive read. And both Grandma and Sonic already showcasing what Joker's all about here. You know, very similar variations. You know, massive damage, massive safety. On top of the, you know, Joker tool set that just in normals alone is one of the most
normal
scary,
buttons,
you know,
man.
You were talking about the mids, the range, the lack of hurt boxes, like we, you know,
yeah,
4, 2, 1, 2, 1, and it can become very scary to deal with. And even they're getting conversion up. He sent that thing to the moon and back.
Oh man. Catching HoneyBee, blocking there, goes for a regular forward throw, taking the positioning here of the oppressor. Joker coming down, but HoneyBee fighting back. Beautiful hit confirmed right into that launcher here. Gonna toss that bug. Good side switch there by HoneyBee. Gonna keep the pressure going. The turn stealing, as you lightly put it earlier, and that's gonna be a throw there. Does act as a high, but it's very, very tricky, and a lot of characters can just kind of tick throw off anything. If they make someone block, gotta watch out for that throw. Good neutral jump, spaced out at the max range. Tries to go for the spacing there, but just a little too far away. HoneyBee able to drop that bug, and I think that's all. HoneyBee taking round number 1 here.
That amplified bug, the name of the game for that round. Even on block, put it out there on amplification. Gonna come on hit or block. Gonna come to save Mama Devora. At the end of the day, what was wrong with that?
She low crushed that little low stomp. Oh man, reads upon read. She low crushed that low stomp. Then here comes the down 2 after the duck. Oh, that could have been a conversion, but instead it looked like Dirty Grandma wanted to get out of the corner, wants to put Devora a little bit closer to the corner because you know how impressive she can be if she drops that bug. Here comes a big K to the face. Gonna come off that resource crushing blow only one time. Gonna be able to amplify for a lot of damage, and that is just enough. That was disgusting. That was 1 bar. That was 1 bar. And she just, oh no.
Great back catch. Just said HoneyBee. He said, hey, how much did you do? 444? Okay, that was cute. What's the cash up here? The breakaway coming. Content A 426 and a bug. Oh my god, I can't believe
Oh, what an anti-air. What a conversion here. Here comes the gesture coming down, but HoneyBee rolling out of dodge, rolling out of trouble. And Joker's going to go for a world of hurt. Down 2 to maximize, possibly sniffing out the breakaway, but Dirty Grandma not giving it to him. HoneyBee in a perfect position here to go for something. He doesn't hit anything on the way down. That's going to be a punish. Don't give Dirty Grandma the room to make this comeback. Drop the combo. Huge, crucial moment here. Crucial drop. And HoneyBee challenging there with the down 1, knowing that that's all he needed to solidify this lead. That's all he needed to take the momentum on his side. HoneyBee 1 game away from moving on here a little bit farther into this top 8. And just making this incredible losers run even better. I mean, HoneyBee had to go through so many players back to back to back. You know, once you drop into the lower bracket, once you drop into the losers bracket, you know, you're on your last life and you're playing a lot more matches, you know, in comparison to someone who didn't go into the losers bracket, or someone who just stayed above, you know, kept their head above water. Looks like we're going to Rain. I know you know a lot about this character, Mr. Aquaman. What are we looking out for? Tell me these abilities.
All right, so Rain, what you're gonna see is a very highly mobile character. This character has probably the best dash, the best wave dash in the game. Obviously, the character's name is Rain. He better have the best wave dash in Mortal Kombat 11. It is absolute canon right here. But look at that, already skating across the space, and we already see the loadout, right? Brought the bubble. That's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge damage. Doesn't matter at all as HoneyBee snipes him for the very first hit. And what's that gonna lead to? A potential set play, but the huge disrespect knife there by Grandma to stop that pressure coming down from the sky that would have led to some more bug pressure. But HoneyBee has just found these straight hits to once again take that turn and try to keep it going and try to make a Galaxy Brain read with the geyser pump. So now we know the entire loadout here by Dirty Grandma just hasn't gotten those hits, and HoneyBee has been laying it down with those bugs, laying down the law of the chitin.
HoneyBee trying to challenge back here. What a flawless block. This does not get by Dirty Grandma. You give him any kind of gap, that flawless block is coming. But either way, HoneyBee taking that round. 1 round away. And this is a little...
Round 2.
Go ahead.
Fight.
Yeah, I will say HoneyBee playing is phenomenal. But you haven't got to see Rain starting to get a little crazy here, but wait a second, able to get the full screen bubble. And what that leads to is some big damage and restand potential. Yeah, you come off both bars right there, but that's still 312, and he's got a wonderful corner game. You know, Rain is a very safe character, very mobile character, and does have access to some pretty decent damage. Just has to get there and like getting those stray hits. You know, has some stubby range, some long range. He's got some awkwardness to him. That forward 3, I don't even fully understand it. It's just there. -1 again. He's an abnormal character. Is Rain? Those bugs are still gonna come by. I mean, the wave. Did you see the wave come for no reason?
No reason at all. Didn't affect Devore at all. You have invincibility frames before you have access to your character, and animations don't have any other exception here. Back throw, HoneyBee, 1 throw away, 1 good conversion away from taking this set over Dirty Grandma. A nice little poke here. What a throw escape, that was so crucial. Everything on the line, full life on the line, life on the line here. We get poked out? No.
Who just needs the 1 hit, has Fatal Blow available, coming in with that insane jump kick, and now 1 hit away. Gonna respect to wake up and then down 2 of those balls. What? All of the things.
Down 2.
Guys.
Come on, it's Devora. It's Devora.
Guys, if you were any other character in MK11 was dead there. Okay, I'm not gonna say that with certainty, but you do not do that to Rain's jump kick. Unless you're Devora. There's no other way to put it. That only worked because of Devora's down 2 and the disgustingness of it all. Because Rain's jump kick is not your turn. It's just not. You know.
It sounds like you were. It sounds like you were offended by the fact that HoneyBee went with down 2. Yeah,
100%.
No, Rain gets the jump in, no problem. Oh wait,
no problem.
Down 2, low profile herself. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a good play. That was a good play there by HoneyBee. I mean,
perfect.
I mean, it could have been something where HoneyBee reacted to the fact that, you know, that Rain was jumping all over the place. That Dirty Grandma wanted to jump in, reacted to Rain's feet leaving the ground and saying, "Oh, cool, I got this. Down 2, no problem." not the fastest thing in the world, but it is a great way to kind of lower that hurt box, or where Dvorak can get hurt, and it just kind of extends that hitbox up into the air, and
And everything else
as you
wouldn't
can
have
see
worked.
there, it hits on both
Up
sides.
two wouldn't have worked. Up two wouldn't have worked. Up three would not have worked. Rolls would not have worked. Right in that situation, and why Grandma did that 100% was like, this covers so many options right now that
Yeah.
probability speaking, he can't do anything about this. HoneyBee said, "I'm moving along in the bracket. Have a nice day."
Have a nice day.
That was the
And
response.
that's gonna be the end there for Dirty Grandma, unfortunate. So let's see what do we got to do, Mr. Aquaman? What's going on?
We've got another match coming up. Going to be Dragon versus the Mighty Unjust. But let's talk to you guys about the pro competition here and talking about how it's presented by PS4 Tournaments. Guys, go check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. Weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has all Mortal Kombat content, gives you an inside look to how top players play, and tips and tricks for all players and all skill levels. All you have to do is go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, look at all the other tournaments available, and go sign up today. And this is your bracket so far. On the winner's side, Semiij and Kombat moving through. And we got HoneyBee versus Dirty Grandma doing them dirty with that Dvorak. Going to be setting up HoneyBee versus SonicFox. There's an absolute classic right there. And we got the last match of losers round number 1. Going to be Dragon going up against the Mighty Unjust.
That's right. Look, man, the East Coast of North America has a lot of great players. I mean, it's so tough to see, the players that didn't make it into this top 8, because there's so many talented players just outside of this top 8, but only 8 can move on. And again, after today, only 1 can be the winner, solidifying as many points as possible, getting that nice early lead in the points ladder to qualify for the regional finals there at the end. All right, so we talked a little bit about the Mighty Unjust. The Mighty Unjust is hands down, without a doubt, the best player in New Jersey. And the Mighty Unjust is also able to play any character, any tournament variation in this game. He's literally a chameleon. Like, he can just do it. He's got the spacing down, the combos down, doesn't even have to think about it. And that's a very, very scary opponent to go up against, because the Mighty Unjust has a really strong Cetrion. But because he has a strong Cetrion, he knows the ins and outs of these characters. He knows the weaknesses, the strengths, and he's going to know what to play it as. And he can pick any character on the roster and decides to go with Noob
world.
May virtue's light guide me.
Virtue. Everything is evil.
Round 1.
I wonder
not
if
to
we've
overshadow
got...
Dragon. Yeah, not to overshadow Dragon, because Dragon is definitely a solid player, all the way back from the MKX days. Not as new school as the Mighty Unjust, but so consistent, so patient. Like, it's so hard to crack Dragon. What a call out here from the Mighty Unjust. Seeing the teleport coming, punishing accordingly there, because it wasn't the amplified teleport that puts you, I don't know why, but on the other side of the screen. Mighty Unjust getting lots and lots of damage, going for the low slide ender at the end to make sure that that crushing blow requirement does fulfill if he does need it there. Oh, I thought that boulder was going to come down, and what a teleport here from the Mighty Unjust. Just poking back, there's nothing Dragon can do.
This is a nice matchup of Cetrion at full screen is going to have a huge advantage, right? Having the low pound, having it projectile does have to worry about that. What Mighty Unjust brought was some very specific things that everyone likes to talk about. It really completing Noob Sidebot. You already have the safety, of seeing double added on to the damage that you get from the other characters' variation. We talked about how they kind of unlocked some of those other characters. We did the same thing right here from Noob Sidebot, and I think that if Dragon is going to win this, Cetrion now incredibly strong across the board with all of her tools, right? Where she can struggle nowadays, and I hate that I'm using the word Cetrion and struggle in the same sentence, but hear me out.
Yeah, no,
is that she has to hit him an awful lot more than he has to hit her in this matchup, and that's what we're going to see here. You saw the Mighty Unjust hit one hit 300, even with a breakaway, hit for 300 in that first round, and you're already seeing what Dragon has to do here, which was do so many little 18% combos at a time, just has to maintain that control. She's got the tools to do it, and it's going to be in the driver's seat of Dragon behind her. See if he can pull off the win here, but that's what this battle is going to be, is a lot of damage versus a lot of control, I think.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Mighty Unjust cashing in big here. Every little hit that he possibly can hit. But Dragon playing very solid, hitting those anti-airs no problem, and even calling out that throw there at the end of the last round. But here we go, Dragon going right into the special moves, leaving Mighty Unjust in a standing position. Mighty Unjust possibly thinking a throw is coming here. Not sure why he's pressing, but getting hit over and over again with that tornado. Now Dragon has a huge life lead here. Not sure how Mighty's going to make this comeback.
Oh, raw tackle
shoulder
there.
tackle. Yeah, just raw tackle. Didn't have anything to amplify for another hit.
Had nothing to back that up with. That was just a raw tackle. I respect it.
Just did it. Just did
Ended
it.
up being the right
oh,
move.
big jumping kick. Yeah, Semiij doesn't have the best jumping kick, but it has a really good horizontal hitbox. Oh,
Yeah, it's so wide.
Calling it out. Dragon not going for the breakaway. Dragon thought a throw was coming, decides to duck, but here comes the rising wall. Just like nothing, and Dragon did have the option to amplify it if he wanted to do so. So even if that was blocked, you had to play a little bit of a guessing game. Yeah, Semiij could have done something unsafe, but Dragon just keeping it nice and simple. Saw Mighty Unjust going in, and even if the Mighty Unjust didn't go in at that point, I mean, to be so far behind, or to be on such little health against a character like Semiij, even when you have strong tools like Noob Saibot does, you don't have a lot of wiggle room. You don't have a lot of breathing room to make that comeback.
Dragon too. Yeah, that's usually from Dragon because you can't, at that distance, Mighty Unjust is not that big of a threat to Dragon, right? And so in order to kill, Mighty Unjust would have had to make a really big read, close the gap, and Dragon was like, wonder what I'm going to wake up with? What are the most active special moves in Mortal Kombat 11? And I'm just going to let this ball sit out here and do the work for me. And I think that's what the read was Dragon had a feeling that Unjust was going to get aggressive and probably try to make a big jump read or dash up read in order to access the damage needed in order to kill. Ended up being a really good read from Dragon, who, and again, that kind of covers every option. It covers the ground, it covers the air, just sitting out there active, and had the upside to back it up to cover even more space if need be. And this teleport's coming clutch.
Yeah, teleport is helping a lot. It's making Dragon, think twice about going for those options. The ground pound, it's definitely something that Dragon needs to rethink about every time he uses. But Dragon doesn't want to be conditioned completely here, so that's why he's not just going straight to like I'm scared to ground pound. I will still try to do it just to keep you on your toes. But right now, speaking of toes, those shadow toes are coming right for the feet of Cetrion. Yeah, you gotta watch those toes. And then, yeah, just pure safety. That's what that special move is all about. Pure safety, pushing you back, and if you get hit, it leaves you in a standing position. Cetrion, what are we gonna do here? Rising wall, goes for the forward throw. Mighty Unjust not seeing it coming. Whoa, beautiful down four conversion. And Dragon hits the wake-up button. Mighty Unjust not respecting the normals.
What just happened? The health lead disappeared off of Mighty Unjust probably reading multiple throws, but Dragon never, you're talking about what Cetrion has here equipped. We're talking about Noob Saibot. Yeah, you don't have to commit to anything with Cetrion in this variation. Not a single thing. You just go right this through every single time, even as an anti-air. It's her armor break, it's her restand. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. You see what Dragon did there with that earthquake? He actually thought that Mighty Unjust would have blocked it and thought maybe he was going to go into a teleport, but instead went for a dash cancel to try to get aggressive and try to get, Mighty Unjust sleeping there. What a call out! What a call out! What a big, great read here from Dragon, getting aggressive, knowing that he had a bar of defensive meter, knowing that he was more than likely to just go for forward roll, and Dragon spacing it out so perfect. That is definitely something Dragon practices in the lab over and over again, and that's a universal tech that you can apply to any character. You overwhelm them in the corner, they have a bar defensive meter, at least one bar, they're gonna roll out and you're gonna hit those recovery frames. Perfect textbook punish here from Dragon. I mean, that's the most Dragon play I have ever seen.
Exactly, and Dragon was one of the first, in competitive MK11 to really punish those on a read every single time, and that's something that a lot of us, even to this day, struggle with, is actually getting those punishes in the recovery frames of rolls, but always being ready for it, right? Always ready to make that read, given the situation, given the bar. And Dragon has just played this so well. That was some insane pressure, but I think it was Mighty Unjust just getting caught by the no mix-up, which was Dragon just continuously keeping it safe, and he was making a read beyond that, right? And that's what's so scary about the Cetrion. She's not going to bully you to death and damage, and zoning where she could, those options are still there, but up close she could just be a safe unsafe madness of a character. There's no other way to put it. That tornado can be pretty relentless in the corner.
It's so good. It's such a good move. And again, like you said before, it's kind of like a why not move. Like throw it out there. Very few strings will leave a gap into that, and then you just avoid those strings. No problem. Throw out that tornado.
Just don't do them.
Yeah, just don't do it. Don't do it and you'll be fine.
All right, so he brought the spawn. Completely different matchup here. Very mobile character. Does have the cape if he makes a hard read on the projectile. But guess what? Cetron never having to really rely on just the zoning aspect of it. It has so many other tools that once the gap is close like this, it becomes a constant mind game. And enforcing the overextension of the Mighty Unjust. Gonna put Dragon on match point right here. That was Mighty Unjust 100% feeling the pressure that Dragon has applied with the safety and the health lead behind this character. It literally feels like you're fighting a wall.
Oh yeah, it is. And that's like also the mentality behind Dragon. Dragon's not really one to take risks. I mean, he will, when he has to, or if it's on a huge read, but just won't do anything crazy. A very by-the-book type of player. Oh, tries to punish that down one, but he recovered just in time. Mighty Unjust caught block it. Dragon hits that forward throw here. Here comes the ground shake. Dragon tries the dash cancel to make it safe. Mighty Unjust with some nice little buttons here, blowing up the attempt to possibly see some kind of throw. Mighty Unjust trying to get some kind of shimmy going here, going back, going forward, trying to get Dragon to flinch, with Dragon keeping his composure, staying back. Good block there of that ground shake. Wasn't sure if that was going to be there in time.
Yeah, definitely close, and that's going to be unfortunate for the Mighty Unjust, who now has a massive health deficit versus a full screen of Centurion. She can throw Tornado, she can throw Rock, she can throw the entire element. Oh my goodness, even the double hit stopping one of the tools that he's brought to deal with this Arma, taken away by the double hitting Hell's Wrath, and that's just a feels bad man right there. Dragon takes the 3-0, eliminating the Mighty Unjust here in online pro competition NA East.
Yeah, definitely feels bad moment there. You go, and we didn't really see much of the one time he did it. I know, the one time he did it. The one time he did it. And it just got blown up by the fact that that was the one. And Dragon isn't always amplifying it.
Unfortunate.
But I don't know if Dragon reacted to the fact that the cape was coming out and then amplified because of that. That could have been the situation. But that cape goes through projectiles. It goes through projectiles, and not only that, going through a projectile fulfills that cape moves, the cape charge, crushing blow requirement, and then you get big damage. So that could have been a comeback if that didn't get amplified, but that didn't happen because it's Dragon, very reactionary player. Even when he called out that roll, I feel like it wasn't like a straight. It wasn't a straight read. Like if he knew 100%, like 10 out of 10, this guy's gonna roll, he could have gone for something a little bit safer or a little bit more easier to execute, like a throw, because throws catch all rolls. Rolls are susceptible to getting thrown. But he kind of backed off and said, "I'm gonna wait to see if he rolls." It was more of an anticipation, and then once you see that and you confirm in your head, okay, he's rolling forward. Let's go with the regular option. Let's go with what I have, cooked up here to punish it, and that's what Dragon does. Very, very by the book player, very methodical.
He was playing it,
and that's why he's one of the best.
That's right. He played that situation reactive versus active, right? Where someone like me is going to look to do something to stop one of his options, right? Look to actually do something versus sit back, watch, and react. And Dragon does that an awful lot, and that's why you see Dragon whiff punish an awful lot of things and punish an awful lot of things because of that. Because he's very patient. We also see in there mixed up is that he will throw you a couple of curveballs. You remember right there, he was playing it super safe. It was 1-1. 1-1 tornado, forward 2, 3 tornado, and he's kept it cool, down 1. Tornado, and then he was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Dash up throw, and it worked 100% because you're just locked into there of not gonna do anything unsafe to give you an inch, and Dragon will surprise you with that in those moments to keep the momentum on his side. Just remind you what he's capable of as he's in full control with everything else. So that was like you kind of talked about, textbook Dragon play right there, Arma.
Oh yeah. I mean that's definitely textbook. And again, if you guys want to, I just want to give a huge shout out to this merch here, guys. Guys, check out Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. You guys can rep your realm and visit the Pro Competition merch store. Browse apparel featuring your region's league and favorite Mortal Kombat 11 characters. I know all you Molina stands definitely want to get that one right in the middle. You got to get that shirt. North America representing, and of course, Molina standing. You know, take it to a whole new level. Take it beyond Ed
That's what we got.
tweets.
Yeah. North America got Molina.
I know. I know you're sad about it. I know that purple could have easily translated into rain for you, but unfortunately, it's not that. It's gonna be Molina. I'm just kidding. Don't hate me. I love Molina, just like all you Molina stands out there. Go get it. You gotta get it.
That's right.
So, with that being said, guys, don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more top 8 action. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition North America East. David, we were talking about this, throughout the tournament so far, and just how stacked this East region is from top to bottom. We've already seen such names competing here in this bracket, and now, they're just getting lined up with each other the deeper we go, as we did have our first eliminations happen in that round, and it sets up some crazy ones on the loser side of the bracket. If we can take a look at the bracket, we'll break those matches down for you as well. It's going to be on the winners finals: Semiij versus Combat. In losers, Fox versus B, and Perfect Legend versus Dragon. Top to bottom, names, Ultra David, names.
I think that's what we expected when it came to a region like this, that there would be a ton of extremely strong players in there. And, if you're somebody who wants to get involved in tournaments yourself, you can do so. PlayStation has that kind of stuff available to you these days. We're living in the modern age. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments. Check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series. These are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends, rivals for unique rewards. You can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives an inside look at how top players play and tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. All you got to do is go to compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN ID. Again, I think that is something that we expect. I'm really happy that it's played out that way, obviously, and it's been a blast to watch so far. So we're going to continue here with SonicFox, one of the best players of all time, and multiple EVO top 8/grand finalist, HoneyBee as well, who looked super sick with that Devora before. The setups out there, extremely good.
I would be worried playing HoneyBee here. HoneyBee's having fun, and that is a recipe for disaster for any opponent that could find themselves on the other side of the screen. Looking good. SonicFox coming off of the loss to Combat. Will that affect them? Probably not, given the experience in what we've seen before, but can't wait to see these two throw it down, as HoneyBee has just come off huge victory over Dirty Grandma in the same exact matchup. Ultra David, will that come into play? Will the level
we've already seen that he was the character match, of course, but quite a unique player here in SonicFox. Nobody knows who Dirty Grandma is, but Fox is a unique player. Wow, coming in there. Well, of course, had the bugs to save him just in case. I love that setup. That's something that B's been doing a lot lately. Watching his streams, it's been super cool to see. And now just trying to find that range from away.
Such a change up, from that previously locked variation of Arachnophobia that had the tools that he really liked, having the teleport, having those extensions, but wasn't able to kind of, follow it up safely or, set it up safely, let alone combo into it as well, which was a little bit of a struggle for Arachnophobia. Not the case here, but as we speak, massive cash out by Sonic in the corner to take that round. That was some great back and forth until the position finally got to the corner. Sonic able to capitalize the most off the touch. And that's what we know them for.
Well, like you were saying with Arma before, this character hits you 3 times and the round's over. I mean, that is a very common outcome, 300 plus each time. You just can't afford that. So Beach trying desperately to make his way out, just at least maybe get something going before ones that start here for SonicFox again in the corner. Oh no!
Oh, not like this. The armor break into near 400. Sonic back in the literal driver's seat. This is insanity. That's what, and it's exactly that. It's a, I gotta hit you this many times, you gotta hit me this many times. Good luck, have fun, SonicFox taking game number 1 in a convincing fashion.
Yeah, there's a calculation there that if Fox hits you again 3 times, I think I might have been conservative even. That was almost 400, 400 plus, 440. all they got to do is hit you a few times, right? Two and a half, 2 combos, and like 1 or 2 stray hits. That's devastating, and especially for a character like Joker, who has such great, wave dashing and footsies in general, extremely good whiff punishing already, safe stuff a lot of the time, the ability to take control of neutral very, very well, and then to have all this damage output is, it's pretty good, Aquaman. I think it might be all right.
It's pretty all right, and just to dig into it even further, off of the launcher, the optimal that you're gonna get is off of the down 2, right? So even on a breakaway, if you notice, anything into those boxing gloves in the down 2 is like $2.99. So even if you break away, you've already lost a third of your health. So even some characters do a lot of damage, but you have to add on another hit because of breakaway, right? You have to say, oh, he has to hit you probably 4 to 5 times because you're gonna have a breakaway at some point. Not the case with the Joker, who even here on the down 2, 269 there, that's still a huge chunk of change. And guess what? Now it's gonna hurt an awful lot more.
This is exactly what we mean here. B caught in the corner yet again. We saw a lot of the last game stuck in the corner here on the right side. We're back. All right, teleport. Will he go for the setup here? No, he just wants the cross up. Bug will come out so surely. There it is. And just harassing. Oh, here's the big chance. The neutral jump that we often see out of B's Devora. Backing off to a safe range.
Get the bugs out. Coming regardless on the application. We're gonna walk beautifully. Space Sonic literally just threaded a needle right there, David.
And then the commitment might be probably looking for a grab, maybe a stand 1, something like that. Something high. It wasn't. Fox is in there.
Fight.
And looking really strong again. I mean, that's what we expect here for SonicFox, but B is very capable. We saw it just a few minutes ago how strong this player is.
Also having to deal with
crazy. What an interaction right there. And the result is that B's got the teleport, he's got the pressure, he's got the combo. He's got the bug, the Oki bug.
They had both activated their own trap cards in that situation right there. That's a wild teleport. The first one that was really not backed up by a bug and not on a massive read. Looks like HoneyBee just did it right there, feeling confident with the health lead. And now your health lead is gone.
So after ducking before, this time, and again, not ducking again here. So Fox is just getting all the reads right. What can you say against the chance on the punish? Yes.
Okay. That should be a closeout. Jump into the fatal blow guaranteed. Yes. Is this enough for the kill?
Well, you can see Fox looking for those shields. Oh man. The last hit, it's not enough. Will the bug be enough?
Oh boy.
Getting away. Yeah, it doesn't go that far. The bug! And Fox backs off again. See, it's doing no chip, it just didn't go that far. One more! Oh!
This one will not
Is that plus? If he had forward 1, would he have died? I feel like HoneyBee has done that twice.
Oh, yeah.
I think because HoneyBee did it to close out the last match against Dirty Grandma, and I'm pretty sure he was super plus right there. HoneyBee, don't test him. Don't even test him. Jail your plus frames. All right? Lesson 1 for Pro Competition NAE, jail your plus frames.
I feel like you do need to take risks if you're gonna have a chance against this extremely high damage output kind of situation. Sometimes you just gotta guess. Putting out a bug, that high shot there from Joker doing the trick as well. Great keep up! Oh, here's a huge chance now. No, but this jump kick.
HoneyBee has had some insane reads with wake-up jumps as well. A nice roll back out of the forward 1-4 range. Gonna clip him with the forward 1 of Divorce coming in hot. Is this gonna be swag? No! Lost opportunity right there, David. Gonna cost you everything against someone like Sonic, especially an ascended SonicFox that's always awakened in the loser's bracket.
Right now, he's been spending so much time in the corner and has to make these reads, or at least feels like he has to make these reads of, how to get around Joker's offense. I mean, it makes sense, right? Nobody wants to be stuck there for too long, but he did get busted a couple of times for neutral ducking, for maybe over approaching. You talked about the teleport that he brought out, for example. It wasn't backed up by bug that one time. He did guess right though, right? During the fatal blow cancel pressure, he did guess right. It's just that when he does guess right, I think you got a down 1, right? What do you get? You got a down 1? Okay, fine, right? You do a little bit of damage, you got some plus frames.
Exactly.
It's nothing like what Fox can get if Fox gets something right.
Yeah, the risk reward heavily in Sonic's favor in that scenario, right? Good thing to have. And having that fatal blow cancel already equipped with everything else that the Joker has, sets up massive comebacks. So there's the pressure of that always in the back of your mind too, where even if you make the right read, he still has a lot of threats there that are going to kill you, because HoneyBee was in that situation where even a throw KB would have killed. Oh my goodness, and Fox is coming out a different RPM entirely. Already has him to the corner in a third way dead, and now with no defensive bar. And I think, you know, touching on it earlier, that's what the boxing gloves is all about. It's the pressure that the damage puts on your opponent, and the pressure of the guaranteed damage that he gets off of it. SonicFox loves characters that have launchers that can go into down two, right? We saw the Collector on display last pro competition as well, with kind of the same exact thing. Huge damage, even on a breakaway. Massive threat.
Well, there's no doubt that Joker's one of the best in the game. Here goes B with 1-2 into the rush. And he gets something going. He needs big stuff, and it's not going to cut it in this round. Guess what? It's match point for SonicFox to move on and to eliminate HoneyBee.
Round 2.
This Joker on a different level than what we've seen so far of anyone else tonight. You know, again, you can almost say that perfectly, because it was HoneyBee that was able to eliminate Dirty Grandma in the previous match. It looked really good doing it, but you know, like you mentioned, SonicFox, just a different monster sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know who that Dirty Grandma player was. Nobody knows, but yeah, Fox is looking great. Comes in with the KB here. Okay, defensive bar, but this means that if you get caught again, you're just a hit, or maybe a grab away from death. Here's B. Maybe looking for the corner. What are we gonna get? Yes, that's what he's looking for here. Bug, pressure, and Fox is just out of there.
That's one thing that we don't talk about an awful lot, is the movement of Sonic, and you saw Sonic almost make a huge comeback off of avoiding all of the zoning of Devora for like a good 20 seconds straight. That's just how smart Sonic is, and I haven't seen that lead to anything, unless he's just trying to beat wake-up buttons for that situation with that Oki bug.
Yeah, I think that's the intention, is just to guarantee some pressure for yourself. Oh, but here's Fox! Oh my god, the damage comes out! Oh my god! No, is that it? No, hold on.
We were able to live! Oh my goodness! Sonic, if SonicFox would have done one more hit, anything, it would have been over, and that would have been the craziest thing you've ever seen.
I wanted, they were looking for it, just the drop happened.
Are you kidding me?
Well, here's another chance, just like that for SonicFox. Only a few seconds into this round, we got the other corner. I'm telling you, we fought this entire match on one corner or the other.
Yeah, this has been HoneyBee's home. I think he's gotten used to it at this point.
No.
Another whip punish to fucking right back in there.
Exactly, yeah, even though it had been spent. Can you get there? Not there in time. Oh, here's a chance! HoneyBee coming in with the jump. Let me see something cool. Okay, the break finally is that the first break we've seen in the set. It has been so rare for Fox.
Sonic, even after all
Need the delay first.
Okay. It's gonna be a setup. Is he gonna get the bar back in time? Nope, just has a regular bug. Not as
Let's go B!
Okay.
Almost here! Even Chip becomes relevant now.
Oh, that's gonna come no matter what. Got the appositor. No, it's not through the throw! HoneyBee still able to stop the advancement with the down 4, able to close that out, and it was off of one singular hit, not connecting off of a 700 hit combo that Sonic put on display for us there. And you want to talk about stealing a little bit of momentum here? That's exactly what just happened. I thought it was over.
Devora wins.
It definitely looked like it was over, but you're right, that one chance, the drop combo, or at least not getting the last hit there at the end of that round, that could really have been a key moment in this series. It looks like it right now, because that did give B the chance, and B, not just about Fox dropping that, but B getting a lot of whiff punishes. His jumps have been great ranges with the neutral jump, I should say. Those have been really, really strong for him, and he's made some of those pressure series with the bugs count a little bit more. He actually convinced Fox to break away, which they hadn't done before. So that was definitely a lot better by B right there.
100%.
He's in it still.
B, even in the last match against Dirty Grandma, had such a presence of mind. I don't even know what the right way to describe it is, but just had this sixth sense of when to jump. And it's and every time I watch B, it's astounding. It's like he has this way of knowing when to wake up jump, when to jump in neutral. Yeah, it's complemented by some pretty crazy jumpers that Devora has, but if you just look at the timings, it's really strong how he's able to kind of reverse positions quickly, you know, and not just in spots on the map, but in momentum off the damage, of course, that character can get off of it. And then early on, already got the 20% cash out with the boxing gloves, and nice. Has a character with the range to punish those boxing gloves, which is very character specific as well.
Yeah, some characters don't get that.
That was spoken like someone. That was spoken like someone who plays a character that can't punish it.
What? Me? I'm doing blood lunge all day, man. I'm not worried about it.
There you go. There you go. There you go. About to get an offensive bar
up here. Don't count. Look for lows. Safety though. And again, it's in here. The bug will be there, and of course, Fox knows what this character does. Good block. Here's a chance. And yes, goes directly into Fatal Blow. I like the usage of this here. Let me see those shields. Let me see those skulls.
Oh, shields. Okay. 375. HoneyBee's turning us around, David. I can't believe it.
Fox a little bit slower on the approach there as they were walking around in neutral. You look back at game 1 and 2, they were in there very quickly.
Not as free with the movement, not as comfortable.
Again, that little dash forward first before them coming in. Here we go. Okay, Fox buttonsing out. Now they have a chance
so fitting.
Again get that corner. Jack in the Box comes.
Oh, good challenge.
The movement, the back and forth.
That was a smooth way. That was a smooth dash right there. Sonic showing off that Joker.
Oh, big chance! No, but he did not press the button, and the guy just the read was wrong on it, unfortunately. But he's got the pressure.
Chip, another big read, and there's Sonic almost with that similar read that I was talking about with HoneyBee. He gives praise for Sonic with the same exact thing, knowing when to jump, and B with the no jump, and he technically did hit confirm that, but it didn't combo. Like,
it just didn't read
that it hit. It just didn't. Oh no!
That's a bummer right there. There's no doubt about that.
Ooh. Wait, Sonic doesn't leave any damage on the table, does he? David?
Hey!
Not at all. Is that gonna be?
Yeah. The slight movement first before forward went into pressure.
That's it, open him up right there, and an anti-air coming out clean. Now, on match point again, Sonic no breakaway to deal with, and the launcher's gonna do it. Sonic taking it 3-1 in what turned into a mercy. It's not even over with yet.
It's not over yet. Can you believe it? Fox willing to do this right here. And we take advantage. It's a 1 chance here.
Is it Jack in the Box time? Oh no.
Flawless block. That still has one little bit of chip remaining here. Oh, but down one, just runs into it. That had happened so many times. The jump one into dash forward first before forward two. This time, Fox was aware of it, got the down one, seals the deal, even after the first.
To kill without a reason.
Well, look, I mean, it did seem like it was very strongly Fox at the start of the first couple of games. I think I would say that HoneyBee woke up pretty well and was certainly more in contention.
Yeah.
Not just in the game that he won, but also in that final game even was, Fox was dealing a little bit differently in the neutral, right? I think in part because of how HoneyBee was playing, but ultimately it just wasn't enough.
A really good awareness in that game that HoneyBee was able to take, after that huge combo, to not have given up, right? To have not put the pad down in that situation, because so many other players will just check out, right? They're like, okay, I'm dead. But no, was ready for it immediately after the drop, got the punish, and then took it and ran away with it after that. And that's where he started to warm up, was, again, having good presence of mind to never give up until it truly is over. And so HoneyBee keeping himself alive with that. Not enough. As SonicFox, like we talked about earlier, when Sonic gets sent to losers, I feel like we see even more come out of Sonic, and we'll see if that happens here as we progress to the later ends of this bracket, as we're going to go up to Dragon versus Perfect Legend on the other side of the losers bracket, who will play, the winner of that will play SonicFox next, and that is another match that, Dragon coming off the pro competition, we haven't seen Dragon an awful lot here in this downtime, right? Since Final Combat, if at all. I'm trying to think of some of these tournaments, and can't really think of many off the top of my head, but looks really strong in form as well. And the set round, of course, getting some some, you know, with the customs getting a nice variation where, again, two dragons playstyle, never having to take a risk. We'll kind of break down the character usage and that matchup here in just 1 second, but we also want to shout outs to our official audio partner here on the Pro Competition, Astro Gaming, baby. Thank you to Astro for being the official audio partner here of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All of the caster audio going to be powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Go visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products available now. Go check them out. Astro, goats in the gaming community. Appreciate it, guys.
You brought up Dragon, and you know, we asked for Dragon's thoughts before the tournament began, and what he said was, "This is my first tournament in months." You know, so you're right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to just doing the best I can and having fun. By the way, he also notes that this is his option select, just in case it doesn't go that well. But you know, you're right that it has been a little
naturally.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. No, I mean, but jokes aside, right? I mean, obviously he's a major threat. As far as PL, he just wanted us to know that he's only thinking about staying solid. This is a big top 8 for him as somebody who really wants to show that he can do this. Right here, he is in top 8 and deservedly so.
And guess
having
what?
beaten strong players.
This is how you do it.
Players to get into the top 8 in the first place.
Yeah. This is how you do it. You come into a tournament like this, you make top 8 out of 700 plus people, you look at the best players on the planet from the previous season, and you start off this year saying, guess what? Things are changed. That's what you do. And that's the story that Perfect Legend is trying to bring in. He's bringing in a very strong character too with this Cabal, and I've loved the character usage of Perfect Legend so far across the board. Across the board, he has such great characters that we've kind of seen on display since Ultimate has dropped. One of them is this Cabal. Go ahead and tell us about it.
So this is the Slight Gas. Thank you to Another Realm for letting me say that on the air. I will be forever thankful for that. And then he also has the straight air saw, which I really like this variation. This is the variation that he played against Neutral is Key to qualify for top 8. Neutral is Key also a Cetron player, so it's the same matchup. Okay, well that one's gone right away. Yeah, you see he has the air dash here. He's got the ability to pressure and to threaten with that air saw from very far away as well. He can get over Earthquake with that. He's trying to do that stuff right now. So he's trying to be real tricky in the sky.
Yeah, very interesting that they didn't bring the extended build for some extra damage, but that aerial buzzsaw is really strong, and it can be used in pressure as well for some combo conversions. We've already seen him converting off the low air one in Nomad Dash. Really smart stuff early on by Perfect Legend, but the break, oh my goodness. Paul's blocked up
he's
too.
super pressure at
And this is
his match versus Nicholas Key. This man was in the sky 80%.
I mean, that's one way. Oh my goodness, I was about to die. I was about to die from that fatal blow. That's one way to shut that down. Get out of here real quick. Only a one-time use though. Now is he going to be able to stop PL from doing this madness this time around. Does have a wonderful stand 1 to deal with it, but once he gets going and once he gets those angles that are like almost impossible to anti-air, I expect this variation to be very good for Perfect Legend. Because I look at how Perfect Legend played previous NRS titles. You know, looking at MK9, looking at Injustice 1, looking at MKX, loved those very aerial, aggressive characters that it can be overwhelming, and that's what this jump kick, Slight Gas pressure brings. It kind of brings back that old school, bird loud mentality. Bird Cabal. What do you call it? Bird ball?
Yeah, Bird Cabal. Yeah.
Bird ball.
Ball. Oh my God!
All life.
Cetrion wins.
All the rocks went through his ribs, I guess. His ribs themselves are okay. Don't everybody worry about it. Yeah. Everything else, though, not so lucky.
How does it go through him but around him?
Are you implying that Mortal Kombat is not always...
I don't remember what were we...
I won't hear of it.
But
look, that game... That is, I'm totally with you. I really like that variation of Cabal, especially for somebody like PL. I think that makes a lot of sense for him. He does like to move around a lot. He's a very active kind of player. He's not the kind of player who wants to sit still. And that's effective for him when he finds characters that really do that well. And I think this is absolutely one of them.
Yeah.
And, he certainly can, with this variation, stay above a lot of the stuff that Cetrion likes to do. That's why you see so many straight air boulders coming out of Dragon just to shut this guy out of the sky. But if that happens, oh, okay, we were gonna go to the maybe Buzzsaw Lao.
Assembly.
That's what he has been playing. Let me tell you, dude, I had a long set versus this guy's Buzzsaw, and that is super obnoxious for some characters, but I know that Cetrion does have some solutions to this.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the low pound is going to come into play here, you know, on reversal, right? Or like little things like that could come into play where, you know, is he going to get a trade off of it? Is the trade going to be even? And everything else that she's going to bring to the table, and how Dragon's going to deal with it in the first place. And is Dragon ready for it? Hasn't been playing an awful lot. Does Dragon have games in against something like this?
Okay,
So
well, just like that, the defensive guard's gone. He's stuck here in the corner for at least a little while. Walked very far forward for the forward four, but no, Dragon did not take the bait. Another chance for a PL. And this kind of character, same kind of thing we were talking about with the Cabal.
Oh,
he likes to be active. He wants to be doing stuff. He wants this Buzzsaw is such a great way to get himself into the sky, to pressure with teleport as just something that's coming at you simultaneously. Great pick for him.
He's literally been doing this since the dawn of time. You know, one evolution with Kung Lao, a very mobile Kung Lao, teleporting everywhere, getting their jump kicks, dive kick reads, even. That's what this character brings to the table. And every time we've seen Perfect Legend go to Cabal in this top 8, he's looked at home.
Oh yeah. Yep, this is the character he spent a lot of time with. This character he really loves. And now, I was just gonna say, yeah, now you can set up a teleport, now you can set up some kind of air approach, you can dive kick in front of them and pressure there. Not putting time on the interactable.
And also, Kung Lao, I brought this up earlier, Kung Lao does a lot of damage. Cetrion does not do a lot of damage. As long as Perfect Legend can play this well, he's over.
That's what I'm talking about! Yep, that's it though.
Even here,
Threatening. There's the wall, yet again.
oh, this is now a scary spot. He was in a position where Cetrion could not have killed in a touch. Now he is, and this got a lot more interesting. Dragon looking for anything to confirm, either in the Fatal Blow or into the tendrils.
Just tried it! I like the idea there. Now this means it's not gonna be fatal for a while if he gets a chance. Oh, take the threat of grab or the threat of the mid.
That's a mix-up right there. That is a mix-up at the end of the day, David. Going Dragon's way, and Dragon's gonna stay alive. Awful. Something as minute as that, right?
Yeah, there's the wall! Super important usage of that. Dragon's really found the solution here. Again! For the King B string, it wasn't there in time.
Okay, that was a little dirty because Dragon, I think, thought that he reacted to roll because it's up 3 looks like a roll, David. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that he thought he rolled because he did a little front flip. Anyways.
200. One more. Okay.
Oh.
They will tell you this character doesn't do much damage, and like technically that is true, but it comes so quickly. Those decisions are so fast.
Yeah, it is so many little decisions that if you're wrong once or twice in a row, your health bar it's like what just happened, and then you're restood. She's still plus. She's still staggering on you. It's very scary.
Look, a lot of
very
times
scary
in a
situation.
lot of matchups, in a lot of matchups, you think about whether to tech in terms of like, well, if this character hits me, I'm going to take 300 damage. If they grab me, okay, I'm going to take 130. A lot of characters like Cetrion doesn't get immediate pressure after she gets a grab, right? So you try to think, well, maybe I should take the grab. But against this variation of Cetrion, she's doing like 130 to 200 damage regardless, right? There's actually not a big weight in favor of one side or the other. And that's, obviously she would rather do more damage, but the other side of that is that as the defender, you're not like really sure which one to prioritize defensively.
And on top of that, every single touch almost every single touch, you have your defensive options taken away from you. And that alone is kind of a game changer if you think about it, David. Restands are very rare here in MK11, and she just gets to throw hers out. Is there ever a reason not to do her tornado?
Yeah, it's a great one, there's no doubt. There you
no
go
downside
again.
special.
Now Dragon's definitely getting there on the action time. You can see it. is figuring that stuff out, or PL trying to. Oh, here's a chance!
Huge drop. Dragon not gonna. I'm shocked. Getting to the breakaway for Dragon. Wake up! Wake up 213. Did he wake up forward dash 213?
It kind of looked like it. It's a big read that PL was gonna back off. Yeah, what an amazing read.
Holy! That was confidence. If I have ever seen confidence on the screen, it was wake up forward dash full string.
Look how fast this happens, right? You see what I'm talking about? You just lost 350 maybe? I don't know a lot, but it was super quick.
I can't believe y'all got on that still.
That is both offensive bars and
And look at that, 294 breakaway not an option because of that tornado. Happens to be her armor break. Ladies and gentlemen, Dragon knocking on the door to set up a match with Sonic on the loser's side. PL, last breath remaining and just gonna ground pound it out. Dragon taking this 3-0. A couple of really close ones in there. But boy, oh boy, did we see some sneaky aggression from Dragon that entire time. And I think that, you know, Perfect Legend got caught in a lot of situations where either it wasn't his turn, but I feel like he almost had to make those decisions, David. You know, in a couple of those moments, you have to at some point try to take your turn back against her. But sometimes that's the way she goes. You're just wrong and you eat it again. And
right. And
wow,
she's safe as she's harassing anyway, right?
Yep.
Look, I mean, it is a difficult situation to be in as the defender. It's definitely good. It's just as we've been saying, there's not a lot of damage that's out of that, but it can mount very quickly. And it did right there. PL, congrats again on the top 8. Not going to work out for him here. So as a result, we know that the top 4, we know the winners finals is Semiij versus Kombat. And the losers semifinals will be EG SonicFox and BC Dragon. This is quite a top 4. I think there's a real chance that this is like the top 4. You know, if you think about these players here, these are players who have won big time majors, who have won Evo, who have won the Pro Comp, who've won all the things.
That's right. You know, if you kind of mentally seed the bracket, you know, you look at those 4 players and go, that could be 1, 2, 3, and 4. But on the flip side, you know, what I mean by that on the flip side is that you could easily put the 2 that are in losers on the winner side and the 2 on the winner side and the loser side. You can kind of switch out all 4 of these players in the top 4. I would say that these are definitely 4 of the strongest players on the planet and here in the NA East. They're already proving it here. You know, they're right here in top 4 of NA East here in the pro competition. Like you said, Perfect Legend going to go out at 5th right there, get some huge points on that performance, and just has to stay consistent throughout the pro competition. Try to make those finals. And it's, same goes for HoneyBee down there getting 5th as well.
That's right. Yeah, you know, we haven't discussed too much what's on the line here. What's going on basically is that this is about points. It's a long series that we have in the pro competition. This is going to last for the next half year, you know, where we have 8 weeks per region. Each sub-region has its own rankings, its own points, ultimately its own prizes. And so NA East today, but also NA West later. These will be separate ones. So you're fighting for points. That's what it's about. Each week is not about coming home with big time money. It's about instead putting your spot, getting your spot in the finals getting there at the end for each sub-region. Exactly right.
That's
so
what's
that
on
is
the line
definitely
here,
big.
and that's why those players can't feel too bad about this. You know, there is no money to get into here today, right? There's no money to get into. It's just trying to get into the money later. And solid performances and consistent performances, because we see a lot of we see a lot of online series in the Mortal Kombat community with point systems, right, that are over a prolonged period, and consistency pays off more than anything. You know, one great performance doesn't outweigh, you know, or you know, doesn't necessarily outweigh, you know, 8 solid performances. At the end of the day, you need those points. You got to keep getting them consistently if you want to be at the top towards the end of this thing.
It is winners finals of NA East week number 1. This is Kombat on the left with Johnny and Semiij with Cassie, 2 characters that we know both of them to have used for quite a long time at this point. Very fundamentally sound. Chase begins for Kombat.
Showtime.
matchup that we've seen an awful lot. These two going at it, two machines from back in the day, and both coming from this kind of habitat. Ultra David, both coming from online tournament series. These two, that's where they were born and bred. On display here in winners finals, and that's gonna be some huge damage because he didn't end with the fisticuffs. He brought it earlier.
No, he doesn't have it. He has. Let's just say cheese.
Interesting. That came in a huge play. I didn't bring it up earlier, but against Sonic, he got so much stray damage off of that as his ender. It was insane. Even off the hits here mid screen.
Chase. Okay, nice. Semiij finds the opportunity. Only down one, and then Kombat immediately taking control. That's it. Here's Semiij again.
I feel like this is another character.
It's not gonna be huge for the character. Wow, again! Look, Kombat buffering it in.
Let's see if Kombat has the tech to deal with those gunshots as well. Not many people do. You know, there are options. I think it is character dependent as well as to what you can do. A lot of characters can kind of slightly move forward and sneak something in there for the punish, or at least the trade, and stop her from just continuing to be safe.
Yeah, it's pretty negative if you have something that's, you know, mid or low hitting from pretty far. That's not super many of those. Semiij will come in for a little bit of pressure. No, slight. His willingness to just take control of mid-range and not feel like he needs to press is always impressive. He got the round in part because of it.
And look at that, able to not dominate, but right there in those final moments, he really dominated Kombat in the neutral. It was the presence that he has with his buttons, right? Look at there, Kombat is frozen, and it is hard to stop a Johnny Cage from pressing buttons at back 3 and 4 3 range. That's just how it is. And able to do it here is Semiij, and he's doing that with his movement, and also complementing that by some really big mids to back it up. Whoa! Oh, good throw right there. Luckily, he's trying it out. Jeez. That was a huge read right there on the air-to-air.
It's so comfortable just harassing slightly. There's not like there's huge mix-ups for this character, but that was a commitment on the neutral duck right there. Semiij got it. You're just, it's Cetrion-like, right? Like in that you are not taking a ton of damage each time. You are not dealing with like incredible overhead low mix-ups or command grabs or right. That's not the idea. It's not super mix-up heavy, but just those fundamental basic mix-ups are things that we always see Semiij using to just maximum capacity.
Yeah, staggers, and spacing. Really, when it comes down to Semiij, just a master at spacing his normals and getting you to press when he wants you to press. The dude's a machine. We've been saying it for years, and it still stands to this day. Every time you watch Semiij, it's like watching AI on hardest sometimes. Just you know, almost like he is able to just know things as they happen, or you know, it's scary. It is really scary. Kombat's gonna need to step it up here. I think that Kombat might need to get a little more active. You know, Semiij does shut that down because if you are too aggressive, he will get a little more reactionary, I think. And that's what makes Semiij really hard in any fighting game he's played. You know, coming into the scene as just built kind of different. And Kombat got away with maybe one a little bit right there, threading another needle to start us off.
He gets punished not quite there, but he did change variations. If you notice, he no longer has the cheese. He has pissed off and whatever it's called. Here's Semiij. Yep, trying it. These little mix-ups each time, but they add up. Eventually, they add up.
220, but a side switch to the corner, stagger into the throw. All of a sudden, they're halfway dead. Coming out of this. Ooh, and if Semiij would have overcommitted, that would have been sniped by a 4-3. And able to get him with an knee cap, and now we're at fatal blow range, and we saw raw fatal blow from Semiij earlier, and it sure did work. Here we go. Oh, it's gonna be raw. And look at that damage. 242. Out of nowhere.
Round 2.
Yeah, and he's been trying to bait the breakaway as well by using that pretty early in the couple combos. There, he didn't need any more than that, but he did try that earlier. One at a time. Semiij didn't give in.
This is a Kombat who's coming off of a victory over Sonic.
Well, you know, SonicFox said that what their thoughts were was that it was going to be either Fox or Kombat who wins this tournament, right? That was what Fox said early. Whoever wins between those two in winner's side was their pick to win this whole thing.
That I would say that is a pretty good assessment from Sonic. Yeah,
for sure.
because everyone knows what Kombat's capable of. Kombat can beat anyone on the planet in Mortal Kombat. On the flip side, this is someone who has proven time and time again that they could do so as well. Listen,
Oh my god! Oh my god, what's that?
Are those all buffers?
Unfortunately, you hear from Semiij, and he didn't break away again. Kombat has had to each time Semiij has been correct. No! Oh no!
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Okay. I was not as confident in 2,
Like-
but you were right.
Like 30 seconds
You
there,
were right.
to hold my breath.
Johnny Cage.
Oh no. That was a lot of respect between the two before one of them finally decided to swing. What a stare down right there, right before that closing moment where they both sat there. They were both kind of buffering, trying to get they're both trying to get the other to actually do something. And what was crazy is neither of them blinked for like 10 seconds there. And 10 seconds in a fighting game is 200
Johnny
years
Cage.
IRL.
Cassie Cage.
To put things in
Black
perspective.
Dragon Fight Club.
Yeah, being willing to just hang out like that is definitely a threat on its own. All right, so any changes? What do we got here? Kneecapping? I don't think so. That looks like the same build to me.
Loves that flipping out. Shoulder charge we've
Kage.
seen.
Round 1. Fight.
We haven't seen as
Yeah, we've seen it. It's the same.
as much,
pretty
just like
fast.
combo ender. He hasn't gone for the restand or anything like that.
Uh-oh. Get this time. Yes, nice. And this time the very fast break.
Combat.
Almost at the corner, not quite.
Woo!
Wow.
Right the cannon off the gun. That's a rare one right there.
For sure. Very impressive stuff by Kombat. And the whip punishing
Now-
again. There's no defensive part to escape this time. You're in trouble.
Look at the damage. It comes out of nowhere. Combat. That was an impressive round right there. It is so hard to get Semiij to do what Semiij did right there, which was just swing and miss out in the neutral. I cannot tell you guys how hard it is to get Semiij to just whip in front of your face like that. And Kombat was actually able to do so.
You see the pickup there. Difficult to do though. And the anti-air comes. Breaks away. Can he get there in time? It's not there for the punish. Semiij will get the grab. He's gonna have to fight from the corner even still. No wonder. It's too far, and of course Semiij gets the punish. You can't be whipping that leg like that in front of this guy. Amazing punish yet again.
Okay.
Combat. Here he is in between. That was
In between, a mistimed, and you are crushing blowed. Health
Right.
deficit full screen.
Oh, he's trying it out. Combat is not biting at all.
What does that mean? Semiij is almost tempting him to try it again. I think that's exactly what's happening. Semiij is like, that was pretty good. Do it again. You won't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let me see you do it again, buddy. Come on, come on.
And Kombat got away with a wake-up 1-2 right there. Semiij not ready for it of all the things. Listen, when he walks into another one, Kombat has established a lead and control over Semiij, giving him the chainsaw.
Johnny Cage.
2-1.
Yeah, I really
A comfortable
like his, well, I
combat
like a lot of what
is
he's
scary.
His footsies are amazing. The punishes that he's had a couple of times so far on like the gun cancel, he's gotten there with forward 3 in time a couple of times. That is impressive to me. The time that he's stuck in the button in between the crushing blow string. Okay, all right, dude. You know, stuff like that has been really good.
Micro ducked was that the forward 2, and then to micro duck come up with a forward 3 in between. That had to be frame perfect. I'm probably lying to you guys, but it had to be pretty dang close.
Not easy to do regardless.
Yeah, not easy to do.
Round
In the
Again,
cage
I'm pretty sure-
match here in winners finals.
I think that Semiij was doing that just to make sure that, like, I think he wanted Kombat to do it some more, just so that Semiij could learn to do that less. If that makes sense. That's like mid-match conditioning or like practice, but I do feel like Semiij maybe was testing it a little bit.
Oh, wow. Okay. He's correct. Mix-ups begin. There's no meter here. It's not going to be a lot of damage.
That health bar's gone.
Oh! Honestly, one more mix-up is going to seal the deal for Kombat.
Fatal blow should
One
be coming
more.
back. There it is. No way. We have seen these comebacks time and time again from Kombat before. If only he got out to grab.
Yeah, if that had been pissed off, right? The duck is there. It's not point Kombat to get in the grand finals on winner's side.
That has to be as close to a real master comeback. Just given the health deficit and all the momentum Semiij had into the corner. 20% health facing an entire health bar. Okay, Kombat.
A little bit of damage. Trying to hold his space here. Down forwards we go. Haven't seen that punished all day out. Here we go. Of course, breaks away. Kombat trying to stay away now. Is he the zoner all of a sudden? These straight balls.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying to stay away from that Cassie range. Still outside of it, still outside of it. Checking with those force balls that are might as well be normals in and of themselves, and finally takes one to the face. Luckily, didn't swing. That would have been a KB and a health lead, and uses the interactable. So smart by Semiij, but it's still not enough. And these health leads have not meant a dang thing so far.
Oh, he's coming in! Oh, yes! No, he's not there!
What is wrong?
Trying to duck Semiij! Oh, no! Big problem right now. Is that enough for Chip? It is! Semiij stays alive.
I can't believe Kombat let that go. All he had to do was close out the combo, would have been over. Now Semiij has given, he's fully given life here.
Not somebody you can ever count out, of course. Expecting a counter poke there, none came. Oh, punish! No break, I'm telling you, every time.
And that's a beefy meterless punish. 240, 250
Yeah.
out of Johnny, meterless punish? That's pretty dang good.
Yeah,
Look at that.
stuff for sure.
Boom, gone.
It's as much damage as
break
Semiij
away.
is doing after all, right? Each time he's just content with about 200. That's been fine for Kombat. He's at match point in part because of that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Kombat was doing to Sonic. Was all those stray hits into those were really paying off. But Semiij fighting to the very end here with a massive cash out into the fatal blow. Gap is already closed. Pressure's on, and another call out of the gun in Kombat. 2 for 2 on reading. That pistol cancel. Not another mercy.
Don't you do mercy. Don't you do mercy. Oh,
Not
all right. Woo! Okay.
Didn't do anything though. Okay, Kombat was able to take this
Wow.
and advance to the grand finals on the winner's side.
Yeah, look, again, that was SonicFox's prediction. Whoever made it through in that winner's semis match between SonicFox and Kombat was, in their estimation, going to be the person who ended up taking it. And I definitely get it. I definitely get it.
Yeah, this is someone who, you know, bringing up the last pro competition, did this in the first online NA East. Kombat, I think Kombat won the entire thing, but I remember Kombat taking down Sonic, and that was with pre-patch Johnny. Now you're dealing with, you know, a changed Johnny and now a custom Johnny on top of it, and you see just how much of a change that grab means to a character like that already has such strong tools. Now he has an armor break, and now he has really big confirmable meterless damage off of the 1-2, the 1-2-1s, little things like that mid-screen, that were just getting such consistent damage, and of course even bigger payouts in the corner. You top that off with Kombat's already amazing play in the neutral, equals success here in the Pro Competition Online NA East. Johnny Cage still playing some Mortal Kombat when you're talking about characters at the highest level of this game. But that's what's crazy about Mortal Kombat Ultimate, David, and feel free to blow me up. But the character usage and character viability to me has just only opened up even further. You know, there's just a larger pool of those characters and variations that we can see be competitive here in Ultimate. I know it's a little bit of a hot take, but that's just how I feel.
I don't know if it's a hot take. I feel like every
I don't
character
know.
who was already good is at least as good now, and some of them are probably better than before.
If not better.
So you do have
characters that were worse off before have gotten better. All right.
Yes, the rich are getting richer, but the poor are getting a little bit better off.
Slightly less poor.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Anyways, there are a lot of characters playing right now. But guys, if you guys would like to play in these tournaments yourselves, shout outs to our partner here, PS4 Tournament Open Series. The Mortal Kombat Pro competition is, of course, presented by PS4 Tournaments. Go check out the Open Series right now. The weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. Go visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, compete.playstation.com. You can sign up with your PlayStation ID and join those tournaments. It's that easy. Compete.playstation.com for all skill levels. As we jump in the losers bracket once more, it's going to be Dragon versus SonicFox. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, it's a great set of players, no doubt. And these are the characters we expect. This is what we've been seeing from them the whole time. Two characters we expected as their mains. Super interesting neutral battle, I think, in this. I really enjoy watching Joker get in. I think that's so cool. Cetrion trying to put up a wall. She gets in herself sometimes, causes havoc. Just waiting it out. He's uncomfortable using the approach here.
The layers behind tech throw again. Why not, right?
Yo, let's go, Fox! And, of course it's enough. Of course it's enough. Fox with this corner control. Now, there's not going to be a far teleport out. We know that. There might be a teleport, but it's going to be the close one if so. So, Dragon just trying to hold on here. Fox is just waiting.
That neutral reset tool for Dragon. Let's see how that comes into play and how, if he's able to keep Sonic off of him, right? That's going to be the name of the game here because of what we talked about earlier with just how much damage Joker is going to be doing. Oh, and he did bring teleport, interesting enough, and then he teleported out just to get hit back in 274 before the breakaway, and now you have your back literally to the wall. Not just quite literally on the screen, but look at the health.
Duck for Dragon trying to start it off. It's not going to happen. And SonicFox takes the game, honestly, pretty convincing fashion. Got into the corner pretty fast. We did see Dragon put up a bit of a fight on the way to the corner, but once that happened, it really felt like Fox was there and just had total control.
And as you see from this early fatality, Fox just having some fun, and this is a mental war. This is all-out mental warfare between SonicFox and Dragon, and for Sonic to set the tone exactly like they did, right? Having fun, having a good time, in full control, and how quickly they were able to take game number one. That's going to be something really hard for Dragon to deal with mentally, right? Who already has a history of dealing with Sonic at levels of in tournaments, you know, that, like we're seeing here today in top 4. How many times has Dragon run into Sonic and dealt with just this? And SonicFox already looking and showing us that they are incredibly comfortable and up 1-0. This is going to be a big one for Dragon to overcome mentally, but also on paper here, as he has to be the one in control, and he just hasn't so far.
It's just historically been tough for Dragon versus SonicFox. They've played, like you said, a bunch of times in all sorts of tournament spots, but especially since they're so strong towards the end. You know, this has been EVO Top 8 Grand Finals. This has been Celtic Throwdown, DreamHack Montreal, ECT, Pro Comp, all sorts of stuff these guys have played. And it's just consistently been Fox coming out on top. It's been tough for Dragon. And I know that he's somebody who puts in a lot of time. He said that he hasn't been entering tournaments, but you know, I've seen him a little bit, I watched him a little bit, I've seen him play. He's certainly still putting in the research. He certainly still knows what's up.
And still has that.
He always is going to put that time in.
And from this event, no matter how this goes, it's going to take something away from it to take into the next one, right? Look at everything that everyone's thrown at him. Sonic here in particular. Gonna take a look at that into the lab. Find the options here with the Cetron, and you never know, because again, Dragon, just kind of getting back in the swing of things, might go back to the drawing board as far as character selection too. Even though the Cetron, we even saw it at the Dragon Temple in online tournaments since Final Combat, so strong. But I think that here, just a little outclassed in damage, almost purely. That and the reads of Sonic against Cetron are mind-blowing. How he's able to control neutral against Cetron is a miracle! And what a reaction from Dragon there on the Jack-in-a-Box to, okay, get on the board here! Get him with the Solar Beam! Oh, it's super effective.
Resign.
I like how they're still playing the Shields and Skulls game, even though that was very clearly gonna kill. Just get the practice in, I guess.
Always gotta practice. Always gotta practice.
That little neutral hop right there, you see. Yeah, this was, what a read right there. The one time that Fox did not do the hop was the one time that Dragon did it.
Ooh! I think I saw a negative edge coming out of Dragon right there. Try to raw tendril in pressure, and that is just a no-no. Finds himself in the quarter now, and this is where Sonic has had a field day. Okay.
Yes. Decent damage. Here comes the pressure. That's both bars gone just like
there
that.
we go. 40% gone. Now near 60% gone from that double reset that we see in her pressure, right? It's 18%, 20%, 15% gone in a little situation like that. Dragon finally able to get something going here. This is what we wanted to see, David. Dragon coming alive. Oh!
This may actually do. No, hold on.
Oh no. I can't.
Okay, with footage. Nice.
Did Sonic get a little too conservative right there with the fatal blow?
Well, I mean,
did they have a fatal blow right there?
Yeah, was it back in time? I mean, there was certainly a time when they had pressure, when there was fatal blow ready.
I am pretty sure.
I don't know, buddy.
Sonic
I'd have to go back and look at the tapes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Sonic got greedy right there. Had belief that they were going to take it and take the fatal blow into a potential final round. And yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure that they had fatal blow, and I'm pretty sure it would have killed because the scaling on DLC fatal blows. But Dragon says, "I'll take it. We take those."
1-1. Really interesting to see these earthquake cancels come into this a little bit more often. You know, what she gets out of that is some pressure. She gets some safety out of that, especially at range. You know, because you play a little bit of mix-ups there. But yes, right. You want to get away from these combos that Jokers do. So saving defensive bar for that may be an important thing to do as well. That is the resource she spent. And here's Fox right back into it.
Catching out for some big old damage there. If you notice, SonicFox always moving forward, and very rarely gets by kind of those raw Cetron specials, and is always respectful of a range. And I say that as he finally misspaced the forward two, which can be hard to do. Very far forward. That's just good spacing for both these players. Has the flawless block ready, and wait a second, Dragon coming to life.
There's that forward mover you're talking about though from Fox. Is this gonna be it? It is. Nice conversion by Dragon.
And spare.
Yeah,
So look, that game one was really tough.
And then, yeah. It was actually that forward move that is getting SonicFox burned right now. He's challenging. Now Dragon is saying, okay, if you're gonna move forward, I'm gonna put something there. And getting all the hits all of a sudden. This whole round.
Forward two at this exact range almost every time. It's been really strong as soon as Fox tries to approach. Dragon's got a big life lead.
I cannot believe SonicFox has only gotten hit by actor frames on the way in. I just lost the entire round. That was start to end. Sonic moving forward and dying for it. That entire round, start to end. Dragon just put something out and it hit them. Praise the rain. I don't know what Cetron's doing right here, but that's a 2-1 lead, and Dragon has the momentum. That was a complete shift. Just shut down the entire game plan I was about to go on a 5-minute analysis on, and Dragon, it's on the screen. Jeez.
Respect earned. 0. Yeah, that game one, and you go back and look at it, there was that little battle at the beginning of is Cetron going to get cornered? Will Joker get in? And Fox won that battle pretty quickly and then just had total control, mostly in the corner, even still after that. In that game, though, was a completely different story. Oh, wow, there is a switch! Over to Jade. Over to Jade here, a Fox character he's been playing for a long time as well. So they must have thought that that was gnarly enough to just switch away from Joker, the character that they said is just going to be the character they'll play the whole day.
If there is a
Jade,
character
though,
to stop,
Fight.
you know, if there's a character that's gonna stop a character and someone from moving forward on you and pressuring you, Cetron's one of the best in Mortal Kombat 11 at doing that, and Dragon did just that. And now SonicFox makes a huge tectonic shift to Jade, who's gonna return the favor at shutting some stuff down, David.
She can definitely do that. So far, this has been entirely Fox. I think they've taken one bit of chip. It's gonna blow up so far. I think that was Delia's dance at the end. I didn't see the last goal.
I would think so. Definitely being regarded as a very, very strong special. There it is. Hit out of the startup of a teleport right there. Okay.
Yeah. Keeping the corner here is SonicFox.
Fight.
Dragon just established that he would like to escape. Question is, will Fox let that happen?
Boy, does this matchup change when that glows.
Okay. I did say that is punishable if you don't do the amplify. Just question is whether there's going to be an amplify. Here's Dragon. Here's Dragon.
Oh no! Whoa! That was some head if I have seen it. Walking back after the down one, which made the first part of the tornado whiff. That was so specific and normal specific, character specific. That was disgusting from Sonic. And there's a spring kick. That's what killed Brock Lesnar. Anyways, Dragon.
Well, it's
surviving.
Looking like it's about to kill Fox here because this is match point right here for Dragon versus EG SonicFox.
Drawing first
A
blood.
player like I mean, Dragon's been struggling in this player matchup for years. This will be huge for him.
This would be a massive win, and I would love to see the pop-off if we get it. But we know this has the unequal chance at just going the distance. Fox never out of this, and look at this health lead that Sonic's got built already. Threatening us with a game 5, and try to walk up and get Dragon to swing with it down 2. Try to get him to tech throw perhaps, and ooh, get that glow out of here.
The non-projectile stuff. Oh, it actually worked. Dragon,
Ooh, this is doable.
Fatal. He's dangerous. Oh, it's doable on both sides.
I'm scared.
There's no purple. There's no purple stuff. Delius comes into play. Will there be Delius? Oh,
I cannot believe that.
Folks so much nowadays with that Delius dance. You never know when it's coming out. It's 2-2.
That honestly came down to Sonic making a really big read in the pressure of Dragon there. What a read on the stagger of forward 2-3, right? Which I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what jails into the tornado, right? And Sonic with the immediate swing right there, and that was a big challenge by Sonic right there to get some pressure. Poke, plus frames, close out.
Jade. Cetrion.
That's what this has come down to.
Well, Dragon hasn't been able to do some of the normal zoning he would like to do, the stuff that was really killer for Joker. Once she has that glow on, some of the stuff is not projectile, right? We saw the tendrils come out, but other stuff is obviously projectile. So you can't do the normal kind of thing you can do, is she can phase through that stuff. And then when she's up close, right? This deal is there.
She has.
Is she gonna do down 1 or down 4 into the dance? Is she gonna be dancing on you? Is she gonna amplify that afterward? Your respect there is higher than it's had to have been in the past.
Oh, 100%. Because she has mix-ups, and then on top of that mix-up is a mix-up of amplify or non-amplify for safety or stealing a turn.
Yeah, or she could just do the string into plus frames instead, right? Like, there's gonna be plus frames. It's neither, actually, and Dragon buttons out correctly. Previous people would be pretty confident about doing a follow spot there, but she could, of course, do the dance like this.
The back throw. Didn't want to give him the obvious one there. And that's such big belief by Sonic, too. To give up the corner, even on health. Woo! Ooh, what a flawless block. And again, so specific because that's only possible off of certain strings out of Cetrion. And look who's ready for it, SonicFox.
Patience.
Yes, guys, this is game 5, 2-2 situation in losers top 4.
Oh, it's a huge chance. This actually may be the round. Yes, of course. Yes,
Oh, I see a lot of skulls and shields. That's a lot of skulls. Get him again, and that is going to kill the beam. No, are you kidding me? No, still alive? What remaining? The hell's right? No. Oh my God.
The future can be yours.
Okay, it's match point here.
Fight.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Dragon's closed. Try to get the KB string. It's not in time. Here's a chance, maybe. No.
What a whip. What a strike. 4-2. We'll get a quick reset. Hasn't gone for throwing off.
Oh, no.
Underneath. A dancing Jade, but what a healthy nut for Dragon, who's again knocking on the door right now. Can he do it, David?
What attack, and that means he's out. As Fox tries to chase. Here comes Cetrion's pressure. Safe stop anti-air as well. Can Dragon make this happen?
Putting out the active frames on the
Demon for him, and SonicFox only melting away.
One more is gonna do it, Dragon. Can he eliminate SonicFox to start up the pro competition? And he's done it. Dragon getting the victory, overcoming Tournament Demon time and time again. Sending a message with the fatality. Dragon, moving on.
That's the Dragon. That is a big demon slayed for sure. That's been a thorn in his side for a long time. We just talked about, I mean, even just in the last year and a half, they have played several times in top 8s and grand finals. Each time until this time, that has been Fox coming out on top. Finally, Dragon did it. I mean, this is something I've heard him talk about. This has been a struggle for him. I've talked with him, right? That's been a struggle for him. To finally get it is huge. The job's not done, though. That's just moving on into the next round where there's going to be losers finals between Dragon and Semiij.
Absolutely, guys. Whew. I cannot believe what has already happened in this tournament and still to come. Dragon Semiij Combat going to be your top 3. And that's going to be coming up, guys. But real quick, go check out the Mortal Kombat 11 merch store here for the Pro Competition. Rep your realm and visit the Pro Competition merch store. Browse the apparel featuring your region's league and favorite MK11 characters. You see Melina, you see Sub-Zero, Scorpion over there. Go ahead and check it out. Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. Get you some merchandise. Represent the Pro Competition. And yeah, top 3 still to come, David. Insane Mortal Kombat action, guys. Don't go anywhere. Still more to come here for online NAEs. It's not even online NAEs. It's just NAEs because we're all online here in 2020 here in the Pro Competition. But top 3 coming up next, guys. Don't go anywhere. More to come.
It is top 3 coming up for NA East week number 1. We're welcoming back this guy over here, Darth Arma. My name's Ultra David. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Ultra David? I'm doing good. Aside from waving the wrong way, I guess I was supposed to go this way this time. I could see how it's a huge mix-up every time.
Impossible.
I actually put like a sticky.
Impossible to know.
I put a sticky note on my wall to say "wave to David" over here on this side, but because that's where I was waving to you last week, and it didn't turn out well. What's going on, everybody? We've had an incredible top 8 so far. A lot of good players, but unfortunately for most players, they're going to be eliminated from the tournament, and now we're down to the top 3. We're going to be jumping right into the losers finals. So again, if you guys are just joining us, here is how the carnage unfolded. Semiij making it all the way to the winners finals, Kombat making it to the winners finals, but of course solidifying that spot here. I'm sorry, we're going straight into the grand finals, but
losers finals.
Losers finals. Sorry, the bracket there was kind of messing with me.
Dragon has died and reappeared in grand finals. It looks like we'll get rid of that, but it is going to be losers finals. Semiij versus SonicFox. I mean, my bad. SonicFox lost to Dragon, which we just saw. I was there commentating the whole thing, and it again was a really big moment, I think, for Dragon to have slain that demon of SonicFox that has been a thorn in his side for so many years. So now, on the strength of that, it will be Dragon versus Semiij. As we know, winner will play against Combat. All right, it's all set, everybody. We got it. It's okay, we figured it out. We got it. We got it. Characters we expect here, nothing unusual coming out to play. And I really like watching both of these players so far today because their styles have had some similarities of, look, you're not dealing a lot of damage each time with these characters, but you do have really good mid-range to far-range control. You do have mix-ups that are just kind of the default mix-ups of, am I going to do a mid or am I going to do a grab, right? It's strike throw, that kind of stuff. And it's been effective for both of these players.
Yeah, and the other thing to know is both these players don't usually like to take too many risks. They like to, rely on solid anti-airs, good reactions, and just, obviously they're going to take some risks for those big call-outs, but for the most part, they don't go crazy. They like to play a little bit of a slower pace. But right now, it's Semiij being the aggressor, and look at the spacing there with that low gunshot, that normal button. The Dragon teleporting out of the corner here. Putting some pressure, applying some pressure. Cassie's up against the ropes. Good breakaway from Dragon. Very tight window. Very easy to miss.
Thought the approach from Semiij as well, and then called out the jump as well. So a couple of big things. In fact, just before that, the teleport without having spent any defensive bar on it was big as well. If he had done that, of course, wouldn't have been able to break away just after that. So that was huge for Dragon, it turned out.
Exactly. Down 4, getting real pesky here from Dragon. I like the idea there to, after the trade, knowing how advantageous you are, because that button has so much hit stun. And when you get knocked out of those recovery frames, you're swinging even faster. And look at that backdash. Centurion definitely has one of the best backdashes in this game, if not the best. And Dragon utilizing that perfectly. Semiij trying to get out of there. Dragon trying to get a little aggressive to kind of stop Semiij's way out, going for the high and getting, ducked right under. Looks like this is all Dragon in full control here. What's Semiij gonna do? It's a fatal blow. Okay, obviously this is, last-ditch effort. Trying to get as much damage on the board as possible. Yeah. 33%.
And he can definitely do it, right? Here's the beginning. Okay, the defensive part's on. But can he get back in without taking any damage? It's not gonna happen. Dragon takes game number 1.
Yeah, a little tough to, kind of go through that obstacle course, if you will, where, Centurion can set up. We touched on the fact that she has one of the best backdashes in this game. She can kind of, control that space, back up, and then just kind of put like obstacle after obstacle. You don't know if she's going for, the ground pound. You don't know if she's throwing a regular rock that pushes you back like a significant amount if you don't flawless block it, and definitely a lot if you get hit by it. Or she's just going to go for that quick laser, or she's going to amplify it, or she's going to bring up that wall. She's got so many options. So kind of hard to like, just to try to predict what Dragon is doing, especially like a seasoned zoner like Dragon. I feel like Dragon loves to play at that slow pace, loves those full screen options. And, it's not just mindless, like I'm throwing this, I'm throwing that. Like he is thinking about, every single, opportunity, what Semiij is going to do on which approach and how to counteract that. And then, the character Centurion just fits Dragon's playstyle so well. We saw Dragon try Fujin a little bit when, Aftermath came out, but I feel like Dragon's true home is this character. Like this character is a perfect complement to Dragon's playstyle.
Definitely fits him well, and I think that's a big part of why he's here in Asia's finals in the top 3 and looking like he's doing pretty well there as well. Pushing back Semiij pretty consistently back to a range where Centurion has so much control. Ooh! Wow, the huge read! And no breakaway, that would have been the armor breaker either way. Dragon just getting a little bit of damage.
Sis, no.
Knock the wind out of it.
No!
Dragon keeping it, other than that down 2 call out, like other than that, he was keeping it relatively safe here. Using those incredible normals from Centurion, the great range on that stand 1, and just kind of going right into the tornado. I love the jump forward here from Semiij, and he didn't fully commit. He didn't press a button in the air. He backed up and looked for the whiff punish. Smart stuff here by Semiij, but didn't really get the full control of the scenario. So now he's just got to go right in, calling it out there, stopping any kind of neutral that Dragon was trying to establish there with his normal buttons. Straight into the high gunshots, but that is very, very risky stuff.
Debate almost happened there where there was Earthquake cancel into pressure now. The pressure, that little bit of backwards movement has been so tricky for everybody to do. Like you said, fantastic backwards movement. She's pressuring. It's the forward movement that's happening right now, and that's a lot of chip even. Semiij. Yeah, he finds another hit here, he's going to be one mix from taking this. The question is, can he even get there? Not going to happen again. It's 2-0 again pretty quickly for Dragon. He's looking so strong.
Wins.
He's definitely looking really strong. I love this move there by Dragon at the end also to just like knock Semiij down as quickly as possible. He's feeling hot. He's feeling ready. Momentum on Dragon's side. He wants to go to the next game as soon as possible. So if I were Semiij, I tried to tone it down just a little bit, slow it down, breathe, rethink your strategy. What is happening here? I feel like Semiij is getting tossed a lot. Dragon getting away with, not getting away, but you know, manipulating Semiij to think that he's going for throws in certain scenarios, going shoulder to shoulder, and just meeting him with some mids at the perfect timing. So I think Semiij just needs to kind of fight back that little instinct, because I think he's just kind of fighting onto that bait a little too eagerly. He's not playing it as calm as he normally does, but it's really hard. It's really hard to out-patience someone like Dragon. Like one of the most patient players out there.
Oh yeah. Semiij backing off. What a read from the start by Dragon. I can't believe it. We were just talking about how he's staying away. Okay, that's what Semiij expected as well. 331 off the bat for a character. Wow, but did go for the unsafe string. Not too much of a
and it looked like Semiij was holding onto his bar thinking Dragon would go for the breakaway, but actually didn't go for it. So Semiij has to kind of think a little bit outside the box, and that's what Dragon was trying to pull off before. But he actually
That's what I'm talking about.
That is tech right there.
Yeah, anybody a lot of flipping out yet today. Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, flipping out usually a good, you know, after they buffed it, usually a good way to get out of the corner. Just apply a little bit of pressure. You don't get too much out of it, but you know, it kind of makes your opponent think, okay, they're going to do string into there. Right, the breakaway, Dragon coming off all those resources because, you know, I think it's definitely worth it. We can make the comeback here with the fatal blow, but Semiij's not committing to any full string at all. Instead, just going for staggers over and over again. He got it. He got it.
You could really see Dragon overextend, trying to get Semiij to do something. How far Dragon moved forward, trying to get Semiij to do something. Semiij didn't do it. He was still conservative there, looking for those just safe opportunity, and did get it.
That wall hit so far away there that just the max range to that hitbox was so, oh man, it's just so crucial to like really exploit that move as best as you can. Semiij ending it here with the tackle, rolling back, but it gives, you know, that ender there gives Dragon enough, you know, or not enough. Oh man, it gives him the wiggle room to kind of just backdash out of there. Again, any character with a bad backdash, sure, that ender is great. But you do that to Cetrion, she's out of there free, no problem. But right now she finds herself in the corner. She does have access to that interactable, but Dragon not really where to go for it.
Trying it. One more mix up here, and the duck hit. Semiij is gonna take it as a result.
Smart move there by Semiij, taking the risk and paying off dearly here. 36% because of one duck. One little duck under one little high. Semiij recognizing the situation and confirming, you know, seeing that, recognizing like, okay, there it is. I called it out right. Go into my buttons, go into fatal blow. This round, this game is mine. So Semiij, he's in it, man. He's definitely in it.
Yeah, and think about when he took that risk. When we were talking earlier in that game, there was a little moment when Dragon was trying to pressure, again, trying to move really far forward to make Semiij think it was something else. Semiij was conservative. Yeah. In that instance, when he had Fatal Blow and the damage output's going to be way more significant than the character usually gets, then he's willing to make a little bit more of a bet. Because the payoffs, the risk-reward is different, right? It's a little bit higher on the reward side than it would have otherwise been.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. Risk reward, definitely, you know, maybe not super in his favor because, you know, Dragon was able to, you know, if that did work out for him, he was going to be in a game. Yeah, but they're definitely worth taking the risk. But Semiij does have to win 2 more games, so Dragon's still feeling pretty confident here. Got a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of a cushion, and that's going to be a big punish. Catching him with that crushing blow, knocking him up into the air, and Semiij either ducking or just looking not to block there. Maybe thought he could challenge, but Cetrion is so plus right next to you after that. Oh,
what a cancel. It's match point.
Whiffed. I feel like the sleeve or like the fabric from her shoulder, from her jacket was just like touching Cetrion. And it was just like just outside of the range, and that was the idea there for Semiij. you know, not only just utilizing your character's normals, but your special moves too. You know, you gotta know those max ranges, and he was just outside of it. Here comes the tackle, big beat down there on Cetrion. Semiij trying to get crazy, big jump in here, does pay off, but he doesn't confirm it, just any real damage.
I love that straight shot right there. It's a knockdown for Semiij to try to pressure again. Harassing, yeah, harasses again with it. He's using his own gunshot really, really well in this round. There it is again.
Oh, yeah.
Kneecapped it.
Yeah, I feel like he's doing it because he's got a huge life lead here. So he's got a little bit more, you know, he doesn't really have to trade, you know, tit for tat. He's just got to get a few of them in his favor or even like unfavorable trades. But again, it definitely goes in his favor at the end because of how much life he has remaining.
There it is. It's not enough actually for Semiij. Push back to a range. Okay, it's the KB. Dragon's now a huge threat. If he can find one more thing, that's all he needs. He's got Fatal and didn't cancel. And that's Semiij taking the round.
Yeah, that's Semiij knowing, again, the range there. The range and the gap between those 2 pounds or even just anything that Dragon was looking to do. Dragon might have been able to make that a little bit safer, but Semiij just kind of went for his, you know, his gut reaction, said, I'm going to shoulder check here, and it's going to work. Throwing down boulders, flawless blocking to reduce the pushback. Oh, somehow that jump in whipped right in front of him. And this is just kind of a little bit of a scramble here. Some staggers not fully committed, and a nice little throw there at the end. Dragon trying to find some space between himself and his opponent here, just trying to stay as far back as possible.
Oh, where's the punish? And this is Semiij now on the win. Looking for the KB. He's got it now. So much damage output into the corner that looking for the duck was Dragon. One more chance. It's the grab. And it's he just gets wrong on the direction, and Semiij ties it up 2-2.
Can we talk about what a decision to make? I mean, clearly you exposed your opponent for looking for throw. You know, the opponent was looking for the high, holding down without blocking. And, you know he was looking for a throw. And then to be able to switch it over to the other side and say, okay, I punished him for looking for a throw. Now he's definitely not looking for a throw. This is the perfect time to go for it. And, like, even at that point, I guess Dragon was, you know, pressing the tech the wrong way, thought he was going to throw him out of the corner for the throw mix. And Semiij just kind of thinking one step ahead of that and going with a regular forward throw. Tied up, man. Totally tied up here. Doesn't matter how one-sided certain games were. It doesn't matter how close certain rounds were when they came down to fatal blow, no fatal blow. It doesn't matter. This is it. Last game right here. Loser is going to be taking 3rd place, and the winner still in it to win it going to be going up against Kombat in the grand finals.
That would be a rematch if it's Semiij, but Dragon trying to get there as well. Semiij with an excellent intro here, trying to catch the backdash, the chase, trying to get the teleport as well. It wasn't there in time. Dragon was there to take his turn, looking for the up 2, yes.
I got flashbacks to MKX there. Whenever I see that up 2 connect, and it's just the way you convert from that. Not the easiest thing to do. Not the easiest up 2 to convert from.
Dragon's just like, that's in huge trouble. Not even gonna bother doing breakaway there. It's match point Semiij, who was down, but now it's him threatening to get in the grand finals. Starting it off well again. Yes, just a grab. Again, these little mix-ups, you know, there's not a lot of damage each time, but that has been so consistent that he's found them, or the mid, or whatever it may be. Already used the KB here. That he's just a big threat.
I like the decision there from Dragon, a breakaway. He's kind of teetering with breaking away and not breaking away in that scenario, just to kind of keep Semiij guessing. He's not super comfortable, keeping him in a standing position. Semiij blocking, trying to get away, finds the way in with a big elbow. Gonna carry for good damage, but he drops the ender. You don't want to drop in a scenario like this. Don't give for Dragon any wiggle room. He could make this comeback.
Oh yeah. Tried to teleport. What happened there? Was that on purpose? I don't know, but Semiij takes advantage and ends up taking it after having been down. He came back 3 games to 2 to get his rematch versus Kombat in Grands.
Good. Oh man, what adaptation here from Semiij. I think what happened there at the end, I think Dragon thought he was going to go 1-1 flip over shot. So I think that's something that you can't react to because between the time that you cancel and the time you go for where the flip over shot makes contact, you know, you basically just got to call it out. And that's what happened the first time Dragon tried it. It looked like maybe he was trying to react to it or he did it too slow. So there he just kind of and it is a scary thing to try to do, and I feel like he just didn't want to let Semiij get away. Like I think in Dragon's mind, he's like, if Semiij flips over shots, gets out of here, gets all that room to breathe, all that real estate, excuse the FGC cliche, but if he gets all that room to just like back up, and I'm not going to win. So he made a very, very ballsy read there. Just really wanted to call that out and get a full combo because the payoff would have been huge. We saw him punish it real big before. And yeah, I guess either Semiij knew he was going to go for that, or Semiij was just like, I'm going for a stagger. Oh, wait, you're teleporting nowhere. Here you go. Here's just a regular punch over and over again. Good hit confirmed. But let's give some shout-outs really quick here as we or are we? Yeah, with the big shout outs to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Please visit astrogaming.com to find more information on all the official licensed PlayStation audio products available now. Guys, check out Astro Gaming. A lot of great stuff there. And speaking of great stuff, we got our great grand finals here. We're going to see a run back. But now I feel like we have a powered up Semiij. You know, Semiij feeling a little bit more confident. You know, sometimes you got to get knocked down to come back even stronger. Where Kombat maybe got a little too comfortable there in grand finals. Maybe he wasn't, labbing particular things because he feels like, I won, so I got nothing to worry about. I'm good.
Well,
I'm feeling hot. Tell me.
When they played in winners finals, that was Johnny, but guess what? It is now the Joker for Kombat. Starting it off with Joker's got Kapow, as it feels like every Joker's got, and it's going to be the same thing for Semiij. Yes.
And it looks like the difference here, that low bat, the batsy pew pew. Yeah, the low shot is what Kombat has specific to his Joker, and I don't think we've seen that from any of the other Jokers from today's top 8. Good mids all around. The hit confirmed from Kombat. The side switch, Semiij going with a breakaway, but Kombat all over him, taking advantage of that momentum, pushing her all the way back. So Semiij got a little bit of breathing room. He does have access to that interactable, so you got to watch out. Choke him go off of it. That's going to be punished. No! He did it too late. He did it too late, and because of that, getting 26% for his trouble. It doesn't matter.
It's okay. Kombat's right back in there. He's got the corner just like that. There's no defensive meter. He drops the combo. Oh, no.
Huge, crucial drops.
Flipping out, and Semiij now would love to just run away if possible. Throws the dude, comes right in, and nobody ever expects when there's a zoning situation, a runaway situation, for the opponent to come back in. Semiij knew it, takes the round.
Yeah, you gotta always mix it up. You can't be too predictable, and predictability is all ranges of fighting, all ranges. Little tackle here from Semiij. All over Kombat. Kombat backed up into the corner. I guess he was going for a flawless block. Semiij ready to go for that fully invulnerable up 3. Big jump in from Kombat, ducking under the throw. Semiij giving him a throw of his own. Not sure if that was a super hard read or just kind of something that happened in a scramble situation. Semiij with the mids as Kombat holds up back after he's done swinging. Forward throw, and Semiij is looking really good right now. Look at this.
Definitely in control, right? Yeah, look at this. Okay, this is a back throw, of course. Now you're worried. I get that tech, right? You're worried about the forward throw, certainly from Joker in that situation, but had the corner, Semiij has it now, and he's in control. Look at the strength he has just standing there in front of Joker. Can he get third time? Yes!
Third time! I'm surprised he didn't come off that
very dangerous.
Oh, goes for the throw, didn't get punished. He's down to the wire, Semiij. Trying to keep it as safe as possible, not committing to anything huge. Definitely challenging at all the right times. I feel like he flawless blocked it. Yeah, the down 4. He flawless blocked the first one to kind of reserve as much of his meter as possible, or have that one more shot at that last breath mechanic. Maybe he thought Semiij was going to cancel into something, or maybe Semiij did try to cancel into something, but flawless blocking pokes, prevents you from doing that. We see Johnny. Are we going back to Johnny? Are we done playing Joker games? No, we're not.
Well, look, he's in winner's side here, so he can play around for a little bit if that's what he'd like to do. Not that it seems like his Joker's weak in any sense, right? His Joker's really good. But yeah, he could lose these 3 games here in this potentially first set of grand finals, and still then go to the Johnny in the second set. Got a lot of options available to him to solve right now. But again, he looked good. You know, it's not like he got. It's not like his Joker doesn't seem like it is ready for things. It doesn't seem like it's out of practice in any sense. He's looking good. The flip punish here.
The control there from Kombat to just kind of back up. All right, flawless blocking Semiij so he can avoid as much chip damage as possible. It literally did like nothing to him. Probably less than a percent if you flawless block that first one. That's going to be a big whiff punish. Don't whiff in front of Joker. He's got some long-range normals. Very tough to contest, especially when he extends the hitbox without extending his hurt box.
He gets there.
The
Yeah,
low shot.
Did you see Kombat move up into that range where he could then confront with that punish? He wasn't there just a second before that. He almost knew what was coming up. He holds it. Anything will go for Chip. How will you avoid the bad CPU pew? Is my question. No, it's gonna be this. Oh, hey.
You're definitely right about the Batsy Pew Pew being, like, if you're at max range, how do you avoid it when you've got no bar for last breath? You can try to flawless block it, but those 4 shots, I don't know. Even at a reduced chip amount, it's gonna tack on at least 1%. Forward throws for a daze.
Yeah, he's
this is
really
quite a
making
mix.
that stuff work. His right throw game is just supposed to be on point. The big confirm will come here in Kombat. You know, one thing that's been great about Semiij as well is that he's been excellent at doing breakaway or not. Like that mix-up, I feel like he's been on the right side up almost every time. But right now,
knowing like
will he break away? No.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, he's reading those situations whether he wants to do their armor breaker or what. I feel like he's right almost every time.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's definitely working out for him, but I think, armor break when he drops the follow-up.
No, what? Oh my god.
No punish. It was a little awkward because you didn't know which side Cassie was going to be on, so, you know, maybe he just wasn't ready for it. And it's also a very, very tight punish. Not the easiest thing in the world. It's not enough.
Chip. No. It was so close. Super close right there. That will take it 1-1.
Down to the wide. We're talking about this disrespect here. Watch this fatal blow animation. Just because it was loaded, just because it was close, and just because I was feeling myself. More bloody, disgusting animations as that. The bug pieces just get stabbed through there. Blood everywhere. Kombat. Feeling good about this Joker pick. I didn't see Batsy Pew Pew really coming into play too many times, and I feel like you're giving up a lot with the rising gesture. Well, we saw SonicFox when they were using, you know, their variation of Joker, or their custom variation of Joker, getting a lot of damage and getting a lot of conversion damage, especially in the corner with, you know, that up gesture that, you know, not only tacks on good damage, but also very advantageous if it hits on the way up. Even if you're just using it to end a combo, you can get really, really aggressive on somebody's wake up. You can bait up threes. And it looks like Semiij just sticking it out with the same variation here, same abilities. I don't see him straying away too far, especially considering how close that last game was.
Yeah, no need. And successful so far. Well, there's your
Batsy
Pew Pew.
That's what I wanted. That's what I was looking for here. It looks like Kombat. I mean, I feel like in this matchup, like, you gotta use it when you're like anywhere between like half and full screen. Like, you gotta get away. You know, Cassie is, aside from having her fatal blow that can reach, you know, all these different directions, all these different ranges, she's not too mobile outside of a jump in. So very, very simple. You just got to kind of keep her away and do as much chip as possible. But, you know, Semiij isn't the type of player to panic when, you know, he's just getting chipped out. Up 3! Somehow getting low profile here by Semiij. Very smart stuff.
Go too far, but they're both too far, it turns out. Yo, that was ridiculous! Amazing. He's got corner pressure now just like that. Safety's here. He gets it. Oh, well, there's one way to do it. Semiij in with the KB. And escape? Yes, and now he's got a life lead and he's got some distance, but not for long.
So Kombat cashing in. He's coming off a major resource here, a huge, you know, crushing blow that he's not going to have access to. So fact that, you know, his fatal blow will no longer be on cooldown for the rest of this game. So, you know, not even just the crushing blow as a 30-something%, you know, damaging throw, but also just the threat of it really, you know, makes somebody scared, especially when you don't have it, the mix-ups, the overheads. It's going to kind of limit your gameplay here, make it a little more linear. But right now, Semiij looking great, totally fine with it, totally fine with losing that round. Big scooped up here, going right into the Batsy pew. Not sure if he could have jumped out of that. Not sure how much of a, you know, a gap there is there. Confirmed by Semiij. They're just kind of putting it there, you know, putting those normals there outside of that range, and so the only way the Joker's going to connect with them is if he gets hit. So that's why Semiij is going right into those gunshots.
Trying for the mid, and didn't work here. This is still very much doable. He just got moved to close one, right? What a read. These last two reads have been ridiculous. My Kombat calling out the far flip, calling out the close flip as well. Hold on. It's not over yet. It's still not over yet.
He just got the punish.
Okay. Woo. It was close.
I mean, how many ways can you punish that? I mean, that shows you what, you know, labbing, that shows you what, you know, experience can get you. You know, you realize, okay, something's really hard to deal with. What can I do? Try backdashing, try, you know, your normals that move you around. In combat, just kind of utilizing all of it. Utilizing every single part that he can here. Movement, buttons. Canceling out here, doesn't want to go into anything too risky here. Kind of staying back with that straight.
He just pressed the button at exactly the moment that Kombat tried to move. That's how he's gotten a lot of his damage is specific timing callouts like that, not just in this set, but hold top 8, backdash, he starts things off, can he get this one? It's not there. But here's Kombat, and he's got damage available.
Definitely available to him if he wants to. Backing off, trying to solidify as much of this life lead as he can, but Semiij picking off little by little, and if that didn't trade, if that went in Semiij's favor, this could be a very, very different pace here.
Very doable here for Semiij. If he finds maybe one hit for two hit for maybe one now, he's going to be A-okay. Kombat knows it. He doesn't want to take any risks. We're not seeing something that she can react to. Nice. No?
No punish. No punish. No punish either. He blocked it, no problems. Bending both bars there. Kombat is playing a little afraid, but he's also playing to the clock. 10 seconds left. Semiij needs to do something right here, right now. Can he block? He sits him down too. Get away from me. I am not sitting here and blocking anything. I'm not going to get here. I'm not going to get tossed here. Just stay away. Down two. That was the last thing Semiij was expecting.
He took that risk with 7 seconds left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, he did it, and it was absolutely right. But, you know, if she had found that combo into Fatal, it would have been, that's it, time stops, it's over. So it's a risk, but it was a risk that absolutely paid off. You're right, before that, it did seem to me like Kombat was playing a little bit scared. Just maybe not scared, but just knowledgeable that there could be a Fatal Blow in reaction to some of the stuff he wanted to do. And Semiij was using that knowledge to push Joker into the corner. It just wasn't ultimately enough. So now we have Kombat looking great on the Joker, threatening to take this whole thing ultimately with that character. He's one game away.
Fight.
Switching up the characters here, a mid starting string here to start off Kombat. Flawless block to minimize that chip as much as possible. You know, that's what you really see at the highest level of this gameplay. You know, just not unnecessary, but, you know, going out of your way to flawless block. Oh, what a whip punish here from Semiij. And the side switch, he is so aware of where he is at all times. That is a down two crushing blow, not your tooth, right out of Cass's mouth.
Oh, that was beautiful though with the kneecapping and now into pressure. I love that whip punish. For Semiij, and again we have a situation, okay, one more hit confirm. If it's the right one, he's gonna be able to take this round. Kombat knows it, so look at him just hanging out. Can he get a punish? No!
Yeah, it looked like that possibly could have been an input error. Oh, look at that chip building up, David. So much damage. And again, from that range, that's really, you know, what Kombat is working on here. Hold on, he's got the forward turn. Kombat now willing to press a button.
Okay, wow. Okay, well, look. Despite a little bit of fear, it is Kombat at match point, but also at tournament point.
Looking to get the early lead here with these points. Getting the back throw, trying to push Semiij a little closer to the corner, but there is an interactable to jump off of there, so you gotta be mindful. You can't commit too hard into that corner pressure. And right there, I love the idea from Kombat to just back off after that move Like she's not at any kind of disadvantage, really. He's understanding that, and he's respecting that. So he's backing off and trying to make Semiij, overcommit all the way. What a whip punish! Semiij hit confirming there, and Kombat rolling out, breaking away from that combo to try to avoid as much damage as possible. But right now he's getting thrown into a clinic. There's the Jack in the Box.
These kneecaps are really working out for Semiij all of a sudden. A lot of damage available. The whip punish is here! But Kombat's very much in this. If he finds 2 combos, it is his round and his tournament. Semiij trying to just play defense!
He's trying so hard to play defense. Doesn't want anything to do with this. Okay, 1-1s all around. There's the nitro kick.
Here comes Kombat. Here comes Kombat. He needs one more hit.
Forward throw.
He needs one more. He just missed the offensive bar right then. That was the moment he got it, and he spent it right away. It's Kombat taking NA East #1. That time, if you go back and look at that ball right there, when it came back, when he started the kapow, he actually didn't have it yet. It wasn't until the move was at the point where you need to do the offensive bar or not that he had enough bar to do it. Wow. Kombat. So Fox was absolutely right, because what they said beforehand, before the tournament, before they played against Kombat, whoever wins this matchup, in their view, was going to win that tournament. It's exactly what ended up happening.
Yeah. I mean, look, Kombat, I know Kombat took a break, but sometimes people need to let off the gas to get the best time out there. They need to kind of step away and recollect themselves, and it's not always about who plays the most. Sometimes it is about who can reflect off things the best. And Kombat, a very, very, very smart player, very young, but I mean, this kid is just so gifted with the ability to just understand fighting games at the highest level. And it's no surprise that Kombat did incredible here throughout all of Mortal Kombat 11, even at Final Combat, getting in there, squeaking by, just qualifying in there, and doing so well at Final Combat in that crazy 16-man bracket. And definitely deserves this. Not only being able to solidify, winners finals with Johnny, but able to kind of just switch it up entirely here. Maybe maybe that's part of the strategy to say I can't go into a box against a player like Semiij because he's very adaptive. He knows how to take in data. He knows how to counteract the strategy, right? So it's not always a bad idea to throw it out. And I know when he first picked Joker, we were like, oh well, he's got a set to play with, maybe he's messing around. No, that was pure strategy. He's not playing any games. He wants as many points as possible. David, that was insane. That was so
great,
so
dude.
good.
Let's review the bracket here. So as you were mentioning, talk about points. That's what's on the line, of course. We're here to get as many points as possible to get into the sub-regional finals, which you need points to do. So first place, which is Kombat, who ended up winning that 3-1, we should point out. That's 350 points for him. Second place, Semiij, is 260 points. Pretty big leap. Third place is Dragon, and that's 230. And from there on, the leaps are a little bit less. So huge number of points from Kombat to start things off here. But congrats to everybody for their top 8s. This is just the beginning of a long road to get into the regional finals. Fox there doing great again, as per usual. Fourth, that was great. I was really happy for HoneyBee, who looked like he was, enjoying himself, playing well with that character with Devora. And same thing with Perfect Legend. Super happy to see him up in the top 8.
Oh yeah,
very well deserved as well. Beat a ton of great players even before getting to the top 8. And that just in general, I felt was a very strong top 8 of players.
Yeah, not only that, but pretty well diverse. I mean, we saw a lot of Joker play, but outside of that, we saw people digging into specific characters. We saw SonicFox going to Jade. Didn't work out totally for them at the end, but still, it's really fun to see character diversity, and it's really fun to see these other players that we don't see too much in the top. Being able to express themselves. Again, the custom variations really unlocked a whole closet full of things that you just you had no idea were in the game. and it really makes you revisit, and it really just kind of makes you think about what's really out there. What are people sleeping on? What are people not knowing how to deal with? And it could be anything. It could be something very simple. It could be something, very, very
Yeah, what's the next
complex. Very
dragon stance?
crazy.
Yeah. And we're not
Stance.
this. Yeah, this is not the last time that we're going to see the mighty Unjust up there in the top 8. That's a player who's been killing it in online events all year. You know that he'll be back. And then I don't know who Dirty Grandma is, but whoever that is, we'll have to see if they can win in the future. See if they can kill anyone in the future. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that player, but they look pretty good as well. So just in general, again, great top 8. Had a blast.
That's awesome. So again, huge shout outs to PlayStation 4. Remember, guys, Mortal Kombat North American League is presented by PlayStation 4. Definitely check out everything that they got going on over there. You guys can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one-stop destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play, tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. All you got to do is go to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and you can easily see a list of available PS4 tournaments to sign up. I mean, competing is just so much fun. You definitely don't want to miss out on that.
So that was NA East,
yeah.
number 1. We still have more to do today. We have NA West. So what we're going to do is take a break. It will be at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So this is about 50 minutes from now. The top 8 will be Rewind versus Scar, Hatman versus King Gambler, Han Rashid versus Wound Cowboy, Too Easy versus Jukes. So that's going to be another star-studded, extremely strong lineup. We hope that you'll stick around for that. We'll see you then.